What are we going to do?
That's why they steal.
Yeah, what are we going to do?
After him.
He says, well, I got the number here. He goes, yeah, that's not a number we're going to be able to track and find people, buddy. So you're out. So he had to wait for more money to get wired. And so anyway, that's how the trip started. My roommate getting rolled by a hooker.
That's probably why the hookers steal so much is either the victims won't call it in, or the police laugh when they do call it in. So
yeah, they're not going to get caught.
Can get out.
What are they going to do? Say I wasn't at the room? You got proof I was in the room? Yeah, that's her. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I guess it's dangerous if the guy came out of the bathroom just as they were rifling through his wallet. They might be risking their lives there, but you got to be in a pretty desperate situation in your life to be in that place in the first place.
Someone should clip this segment off because we're accused all the time of providing no redeeming value. But this is a story that I think a lot of people can get some useful information from. We just outlined why it's not safe to bring a hooker to your room in Vegas. Thank you for that.
PSA. And if you're ever in Reno and you're getting change for, of course, now I don't think they give you tokens. Make sure you count your money. If you're getting change for 20, make sure there's 20 coins in there.
Check references before you get a hooker.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one. 3 references or get out. Just whack it. My God.
Okay, Iggy.
I can't tell what's real and what's a drop anymore.
Settle up.
This whole segment's a drop.
Yeah, this is all one drop.
This is Doug Biggs from the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm, and I want to talk to you about what happens when you get in a car accident. Hopefully most of you never will be, but if you are, the first few days after an accident can be critical. Unfortunately, from the moment your case begins, the insurance company is going to be working against you trying to minimize their payout. You're probably going to get a call from an adjuster who seems nice, who seems worried about your well-being, but what they're actually trying to do is get a statement from you to use against you later. Insurance companies have specialized systems and thousands of workers who follow a playbook to pay you as little money as possible. At Longo Biggs Injury Law, we know the playbook and we can fight back. If you or a loved one is injured in an accident, visit our website or Google Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly. And Ryan, this is a unique time right now. Times are tight for everybody, but that is where you can help people out.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we talk to homeowners every single day at the office, and I'm no different. You know, things just cost a lot of money. And I remember you and I talking about 2 years ago when Christmas trees, of all things, I remember the conversation. They're like $250 to the Christmas lot, and people were talking supply chain issues or this or that. And I was just like, holy cow, how do you afford a $250 Christmas tree? And now you just think about everything, $4 for some milk and this. And the sad part is our income just isn't, they're not keeping up with it. You know, and you hear these numbers like going up 7%. And this, but did your income go up to keep up with it? And the unfortunate truth is so many people have not kept up with that. So it falls on the credit cards. And in America right now, we just topped $940 billion in credit card debt. And that's great if you're a greedy credit card company. But if you're a homeowner, it makes paying the bills tough. We can help you get back on track. Learn more about a cash out refinance today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is the Munganess St. Louis Factor and Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Welcome, friends, to the Michelob Ultra Studios. If you're watching on YouTube, I am in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Doug, Jackson, Plowhawk, Iggy, KG and O-Town in Creve Coeur, Missouri. And you are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After as we broadcast from the Michelob Ultra Studios. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. It's Michelob Ultra, sponsor of our studios, the Dotem, the Lemmings Open. And we recommend a delicious Michelob Ultra when you're out shaving strokes this summer. And Doug, here we are.
Where are we? Where?
Mount Rushmore season.
Oh. Mount Rushmore of what?
Wherever you want.
We're at the Scottish Open, and Iggy's got a guy in second.
Oh, there's nothing to talk about?
Yeah, that's what all of St. Louis is talking about.
Jackson told me that on, Pardon My Take, they call this Mount Rushmore season the All-Star Break Week?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
this SB Week. Yeah, it's all...
SB Week.
Yeah, it's all part of Mount Rushmore season where you have, like, baseball's taking a break, and we're, like, a month away from training camp, so you're kind of in the doldrums.
Oh, yeah. This is, yesterday and today are probably the two slowest sports days of the year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Shot at Angel Reese's speech last night.
Well, yeah, I don't know who that is. But there's no high school or college sports. There's no hockey. There's no basketball. There's no football.
No.
Maybe USFL.
One could
Is that
easily
still
argue
going?
there are adults who like breasts more than babies.
Okay.
Were the ESPYs
Probably going to be a hot topic.
There's soccer. The St. Louis City played last night.
Yeah,
Got beat
late
bad.
kickoff.
Dogs lost last night 3-0.
Yeah. But tonight we got nothing.
No, absolutely nothing. Yeah, tonight is like the slowest sports night.
Yeah.
Michael Block won an ESPY, by the way. Do you know?
For what?
I don't know.
What do you do?
I think it was up for best shot. That shot he hit on 18 to get up and down to...
Oh, they had the ESPYs last night?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I just heard Angel Reese. I figured that's what it was.
Yes. The ESPYs were last night.
Okay. And you guys watched?
No.
Okay.
No interest.
No, I didn't.
I'm watching Righteous Gemstones.
Well, it's good to get that knocked out.
I don't know what happened yesterday in the 9 o'clock hour, but Beer Cats was unhappy. He's a simp and a sub. He loves chores because he's a good little boy and does what he's told, except for playing drops and talking less. The hell happened? They'd upset Beer Cats.
That could be anybody on this list, right?
Lousy was down on technology and the space program.
He said doesn't play drops, so that would be you. But I think he's talking about you.
Oh,
You
good.
said you like to do laundry and things like that.
Oh, yeah. I was kidding. I figured he was talking about me about halfway through that sentence. What
Guys,
up,
you
Beer
can
Cat?
say whatever you want about a slow time, but what about Drink? He just landed a 4-star linebacker. That's from Peg, and then the last name is Diaz.
Let's go.
A legit player.
Guy from Arkansas, Brian Huff was his name, I think.
Jonesboro.
And I think we've all followed his career closely to be able to have intelligent takes on his game.
Absolutely. 4 stars.
You see a lot of
take. It's a strong take. It's one of the best takes ever.
Go sit on the bench, Beer Cats.
You guys watch a lot of Arkansas high school football.
Yeah. Usually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Doug hate Oscar Sundquist? Thank you. That's from Mrs. Janny Shannon.
Yeah, welcome back,
Question,
Sonny.
Doug.
Yeah, I'm thrilled with Sonny. Sonny dates a girl that lived right around the block from us. That's my connection with Sundquist. Know the girl that he dates or lives with or is engaged or something. Yeah, it's great to have him back. Everybody loved him.
Absolutely.
Is he a coach?
Oscar Sundquist?
And they bring him back to coach?
He's a player on the St. Louis Blues.
I know
That is a take. It's a strong take.
That wasn't a
it's one of
take.
the best takes ever.
I know he's a player.
You're
I don't
kind
know
of
if
jumping
he-
into my
I
territory.
don't know if he retired and they brought him back to...
No, they brought him back to play.
It's nice to have one of the local teams do something to improve the local team.
Oh, Take Smith. Wow, somebody wants to be on Balloon Party.
Oh, hey, the
That
fans.
was a take.
Yeah, I like when they try to make the fans happy.
First in for the morning, the bitching and moaning on the... And then there's an emoji of some kind of animal. I can't tell what it is. Fan pen about the sand flying up on the LAFC pitch is the most moronic take ever. The 30A douche canoe Karens need to take a strap-on to the skull. That's from the Veiled Prophet.
The skull?
Doug, were you unhappy with the sand flying up on the pitch, and were you all over the fan page last night posting about that?
The sand flew up on a soccer field? Is that what happened?
Where do you insert the strap to, like, do the skull?
It's a good question, Plowhook.
You're going to blame middle-aged women who go to Destin for this? That seems like a bit of a stretch.
I like the take.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't stay up to watch the soccer. It didn't start till 9:30.
Yeah, late kick.
I didn't stay up to
Doug, want to know where I spent the 4th of July? That's
Sure.
right, Algonquin. That's from the Horse and Woods Wacko. I don't know what that... I don't know what that. I don't know what caused that text to be sent in.
Yeah.
But there it is.
That has nothing to do with anything we're talking about.
And it's a week late.
Yeah, we're talking about 30A and sand flying up on a pitch in Los Angeles, I believe is what the topic was.
Do we have... Yeah.
It's not even connected, is it? In any way, shape, or form?
Love that one.
Mount Rushmore of active adult stars. Gianna Dior, Layla Jenner, Vanna Bardot, Sky Bree. Thanks, that's from Josh Bob Bill. Doug, there's Mount Rushmore season.
Oh, okay.
You got to put Angela White up there, I would think.
Why would you?
Probably Riley Reid.
So you got your own Rushy.
No, two.
Katie Cush.
She's moving up there since she was on Pepper and Genie. She's kind of made a name for herself.
She actually has.
Yeah, I was a naughty little girl. I was.
I like that kid, little Jay Jr. laugh there.
There's little Jennings.
That's Dillian, who's doing nothing. Well, I think she's working out again, which tells me
she ballooned up a little bit.
Yeah, and then that's when she's not going to do anything.
Sponsored by Marie Calder, right?
But then when she knew she was coming to St. Louis and featuring, she kind of got in the gym. But she was pictured from the beach the other day. It looked like she's getting back in shape. So.
It's fun to watch people rise to the occasion when they're coming to play Washington Park. Worsonwood's Wacko wants to issue a clarification, or maybe I just read it wrong. Doug, want to know where Sunquist spent the 4th of July? That's right, Algonquin. There you go.
Oh, did he? Oh.
I bet Algonquin puts on a nice little 4th of July.
Oh, I bet their little buffet. They have buffets.
You looked right at Doug when you asked.
Probably not buffet style. Probably not.
Right next to the ATM, I would assume.
ATM.
Doug, Josh Bob Bill wants to update his Mount Rushmore of active porn stars. He says these are only the ones who are still shooting mainstream, not just OnlyFans.
Oh.
Josh Bob Bill. He lives in Tampa, and is he a roommate of Greg Vaughn's? Is that what the deal is with Josh Bob Bill?
No, he's
they
not.
share a building with Keisha Gray.
No, I don't think that even happened.
Mainstream, Doug. That's where you were confused.
I would guess those are probably the only 4 doing mainstream. Nobody's doing mainstream anymore.
Oh, Timmy the Tickler, Doug. He's your favorite, right?
He's a weasel.
He says my Mount Rushmore is Sky Bree, Ella Reese, Kay Lovely, and Chloe Temple.
Kay Lovely? Someone came up with that name? Kay Lovely?
Chloe Temple? I mean, come on.
God.
What the hell?
Who's the girl Caden
I can
Cross is in
understand
love
Sky Bree and Ella Reese. I'm not familiar with Kay Lovely and Chloe Temple, but I'm going to go familiarize myself right now and see what the word is.
Okay.
I think Chloe's a transgender that I interviewed at the AVNs.
Oh, Lord.
I think you might be thinking of Chloe Cherry.
No, she's not transgender.
She's not?
Chloe Cherry?
Lots of porn.
No, she was...
Maybe which one's... There was somebody in Euphoria, right?
Yeah, that's Chloe Cherry. She's not transgender.
Okay, my apologies.
Oh, my God. When you brought up that she's a porn star in real life, that was a game changer for me.
Yeah, and she was...
I've never actually seen any of her film, but I can imagine.
She's fantastic.
And she's transgender? Is that what you said?
No, that was my confusion.
No, I interviewed a transgender in Vegas at the AVNs, and her name was Chloe. I think it was Chloe K, actually.
Okay.
I gave a picture to Larry of her, and he held it up proudly.
Did you see a man just won the Miss Universe contest in Belgium?
Nice.
A man. They showed the runner-up, just the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life. And the winner was a transgender man who just had nothing going on.
Doug, I was able to find Chloe Temple. Not my speed. First thing I see when I go to her free ones page is her tongue's buried in a gentleman's special place.
Oh!
And so even if I was attracted to Chloe Temple, that would really be a strike against her. Thank you.
I would think.
Pirates with the sex scene with Janine and Jesse is maybe one of the best lesbian scenes of all time.
Oh, it is.
I would think Maitland Ward would
Nice
be
one.
up there as far as the top 4. She's kind of blown up
Okay.
since she joined Caitlyn.
Most of them just do OnlyFans now. They don't bother to work for anybody else. Is
Yeah,
that what's happening?
And Tim knows this because when COVID hit and they couldn't work, they started doing OnlyFans when they found how much money they could make just to do their own content whenever they want.
That's right.
Why go back and do mainstream?
When I was
Control your own thing. You don't have to go and live in the Valley or Las Vegas or Miami. You can live wherever, do your own thing. Sounds like the right play. I think we all should create OnlyFans accounts. Plowhawk, you're going to be the Lewis and Clark for us. And
He was going to.
once you experience millions, then I think we'll all create them.
You know, when I was going Han Solo, before dating, I remember Gianna Michaels was one of my favorite because she's kind of trailer trashy. And that's
You like that?
sometimes...
You like trailer trashy?
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, she was in Piranha 3D. with the mainstream movies.
Doug, did you ever see Piranha 3?
Mainstream. I missed that.
Yeah, she was
that one.
She was like what typical porn stars when they get mainstream. She's swimming in the water topless and a piranha gets her.
I can't imagine a subject matter I'd be more interested in than watching people eaten by fish.
And there are 3 of them.
The name of the film actually is Piranha 3 Double D.
Oh,
sick.
And it grossed 8.5 against the $7.5 million budget. So you know what? In the black. Gotta be happy.
Okay.
Gianna probably made 20 grand for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
She got a nice, lovely, real breast.
Oh, man. Yep.
What are you eating, Plowsy?
I don't see her in the cast.
Muffin with a spoon.
See Ving Rhames from Pulp Fiction.
No.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I know. And it's an uncredited role at that.
Well, I'm sure Gianna Michaels is probably uncredited too. She's probably girl swimming topless in water.
Oh, God. Gary Busey is like the 15th person listed on this
He
film.
was in there?
Yeah.
God, and he's not even.
What happened?
So is Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown. Oh, man.
I guess you got to work enough to get your insurance.
Yeah.
You got to make like $26,000 a year to be eligible for your SAG-AFTRA insurance. That's one of the things they're striking over right now. In fact,
Well, some of those movies are so popular. Like Tara Reid was in Sharknado.
So Mark
And she was still a pretty big star when she did that movie. Sharknado is probably my favorite movie is so bad it's good.
Sharknado.
Check out Cocaine Bear.
Did you see the Lars Nootbaar bobblehead will come with him standing on a shark, Plowsy? I know you're a big fan.
What is?
It's a bobblehead, but he's standing on a shark.
Yeah, but why?
I guess Shark Week.
They're running out of things to do.
I mean, that doesn't seem like a good collab.
Don't say collab.
We collab with Munganess. They're the sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour. 314-252-0029. That's a secret phone number for our listeners. And that is how you can text or call Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, and work with them. They will take great care of our listeners. We know that, as they have taken great care of us as well. Go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com and check out the new and pre-owned selection. And even if you did not get your car from Munganess, you can get your car serviced at Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota, 314-252-0029, or go online at stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. I see Buck Swope won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day yesterday. That gives him a 1-goal lead over Brian Henshin and Tiger Terry and Kevin Miller. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. For our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, designairservice.com. If your air conditioning is not working, all you got to do is go to designairservice.com. You'll click on the Book Now tab, and then Seth Goldcamp service technicians will be out quick, fast, and in a hurry. They will not be upselling you. Seth is 4th generation for Design Air Heating and Cooling, and they take that reputation that his great-grandfather started years ago very seriously and do not want to be known for upselling, so they just don't. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. I'm a client. Doug's a client. They saved the day for my in-laws as well 2 weeks ago. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Looking for a place to go before a Doggies game or a Cardinals game? When the Cardinals restart, go to Maggie O'Brien's in downtown St. Louis. It's Maggie O'Brien's and Eddie McVeigh. They will cater your party as well. They've done that for me and my family. Maggie O'Brien's on Market Street in downtown St. Louis and in Sunset Hills. Live music every weekend, and if you want to go to a Cardinal game or a Doggies game, you can park there and tailgate for the Doggies game, and for a Cardinal game, park for free, and then take a $2 shuttle to Busch Stadium. Maggie O'Brien's, you know what you're going to get, which is a local family-owned Irish pub that has been doing business in St. Louis for 4 decades, the McVeigh family. Some of my favorite people. Eddie McVeigh, one of the best in the business. It's Maggie O'Brien's, a wonderful sponsor here of TMA. Get involved in the program. EDF Group text inbox 314-881-TMA5. And you are welcome to call in 636-9004-TMA and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. I think Iggy should spend a good 20 minutes discussing the societal change of pubic hair from full bush to bald. Why? What was the catalyst? Thanks, Iggy. That's from the Worse and Woods Wacko.
Oh, gosh.
Doug, would you like Iggy to spend 20 minutes?
No, I wouldn't.
I have no idea.
Like a chalkboard.
It's just things evolve. Haircuts evolve.
Right, there you go, Doug.
Piercings came about. Tattoos came about.
When did you notice a change?
At Hito, I saw more
Like
girls.
when?
More girls with landing strips than just bald.
Like time frame.
Probably.
We're actually doing this.
Well,
Doug, if the listeners send in a request, what are we going to do? Not deliver?
Yeah, gotta give some effort.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Probably mid to late 90s. I would guess. That's when I started shaving.
Oh, we don't know, care, or need to know about your shaving situation.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe girls just thought it looked better, and they wanted to be more groomed and didn't want that hair hanging out of the bikini.
Oh, now when you wore your little Speedos, you probably have to trim up a little bit too, wouldn't you?
No, I never had like a wild brush fire.
I gave Pepper and Jeannie a chance last week. 22 and a half minutes of pube talk.
Oh.
I'll give you another 20 here if you want.
No.
No, I never really had a huge bush, but I've got a landing strip. I've got a landing strip.
Oh.
I've got a landing strip.
Look at the blueberry muffin Plowhawk's got. It's more blueberry than muffin.
It looks fantastic, but you're eating it with a spoon. Who eats muffins with a spoon?
Yeah, I warmed it up, realized I could be a messy with the hands.
Yeah.
So look for a fork.
Got a Smuckmeyer?
No, I don't know what this is. Madison brought this home. My caregiver.
That's what you're calling out, caregiver?
Sometimes it feels like, yeah, without her, I'm dead. So, yes.
Well, that's most men, I think. Pretty helpless without a woman.
So,
especially as you get older.
Yeah, I saw them in there. Of course, I took the last one without acting. Yeah. Why wouldn't I? She brought him home for the man.
For you, yes.
Worry about that when we get home. But it's damn
Doug,
good.
Our Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month, June 2023, and you can apply to be the July 2023 Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. That's caller Buzz, and he says, I want to give an update on that conversation with the doctor. We were at a standstill. He wanted me to spend $225 for the pair of tickets. I guess that's this big Cardinals National Series, non-all-inclusive. He kept saying keywords like great seats and face value, and then said, I'll do you a solid, and then he took $25 off a ticket. I held my ground to see just how badly he wanted this slightly used boy hole.
Oh.
And this morning I got a free text saying that the tickets are now free. That's from caller Buzz. Well, this guy,
gosh,
he's a regular Scott Boras.
Yeah, jeez.
They went from, 125 a piece?
225. 225 for the pair.
To nothing?
To nothing.
This guy needed to go to Knoll, though.
What's this doctor up to?
Because, there were buttholes all over the place.
Oh.
And nobody was paying.
Saying the doctor needs to go there?
Yeah, if he's that interested in a used butthole, I saw a lot of them.
Aren't they all used? I mean, one way or another.
Right.
Yeah, this one looks freshly used.
So hot. But
so this is happening for Buzz this weekend, it looks like.
It sounds like he is going to enjoy the Cardinals and Nationals and the doctor on his prostate.
And the free tickets, to me, just really accentuates that this doctor wants to get after it. Like, it's not just like this is not going to be a platonic trip to the ballpark. They're going to want some, they put some sweat equity into this. They're going to want something out of it.
If he's that desperate, why screw around with the baseball game?
Nice question, Doug.
Set the mood.
Yeah, Cardinals and Nationals are aphrodisiacs.
Yeah, Lane Thomas does things to people.
You're going to sit out there in 98-degree heat, and that's going to set the mood?
Yeah, yes.
That sets the mood to do nothing but find some air conditioning somewhere.
Right, and then when you finally get back to the air conditioning, you're so relieved that you just everybody hooks up.
He gave it to me for 9 and
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the doctor right there.
Yeah, your butt sweats, and the doctor probably is going to dry it out.
Oh.
What day's it going?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, sorry.
Saturday's
not Sunday.
Saturday's a pool hole 703 bobblehead day.
Oh, my God. There ever a day they're not giving away toys for adults?
Not really. You usually get something almost every night you go.
I love the 4X pullovers that almost look like a 90 for about 80%.
If they can only come up with one size, they get an enormous size because that will fit 90% of the people.
Yeah, I describe it as like a double XL plus.
Mm-hmm. I do love the
roomier.
The immediate tear open the package, rip it off, and then put it on.
Put it on, yeah.
I have a few of those things. I didn't even know we were getting them when we went to the game. brought it home, and I swear you'd have to be 250 pounds for these things to fit.
They're so long into my kneecaps.
Yeah,
Like, this guy has to be 6'8".
Uh-huh. There's only one size, so they pick like a double or triple extra large.
Morrison Woods Wacko would like to issue a statement. Doug, he's very active here in this Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Iggy, I can say I noticed a change in 1992. The first one I touched was like touching a sheep before it was shorn.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden it was like touching the stingrays at the zoo. That's the Morrison Woods Wacko.
Oh.
Yeah, I said early to mid-90s. So.
Do you touch the stingrays when you go to the zoo?
Yeah.
You do?
Sure.
I know they got that little pond.
I think you got to pay for that.
Yeah, and there's like a line of like 6-year-olds. So like,
but
it kind of feels kind of weird. Hey, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. I can't wait.
Isn't that
Hope
how
I don't get
Steve Irwin
stung.
got killed?
Yeah, but those stingrays in the pond don't have the
Barbs.
Barbs.
How do
Thank
you know?
KG. Because they wouldn't let kids go touch them.
Roll the dice, baby. Roll the dice.
They circumcised it.
Yeah, I think they just remove them. There's no, you couldn't.
They cut the tail off the stingray?
No, the barbs that would spike you.
How would you cut those off? Nail clippers?
We'll have a zookeeper on in the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
It's just like a barb on a fishing hook. I used to cut them off so the fish could get off.
Hello.
What time is that?
No, when I would go when you go to Rockbridge trout fishing, you have to pay for your fish.
Well,
it's pretty much per pound. So if I didn't want to catch didn't want to bring a bunch of fish in, I wanted to catch them, but not release them. I would just shave the barbs off my hook, and then all I had to do is like when it almost got to the shore, I just kind of dangle it or twitch it, and the fish would get off.
I'm just surprised if it's that small and inconsequential, how it could have killed Steve Irwin.
Right to the chest.
Well, a manta ray is huge. A manta rays are really big.
That's what got him?
I think so.
Yeah, right in the chest. No, I think
but you could take a fish hook to the chest. It's not going to kill you.
I think there's kind of scales on a stingray.
Scales?
Yeah, it's not really smooth. If you go the other way with it, you can.
I see what you're saying.
Now a dolphin, that's a different story. I petted a dolphin; they're very smooth.
And you are also shaved like a dolphin.
You're shaved like a porpoise, aren't you?
Yeah, but
completely. Oh man, I couldn't imagine being that smooth.
Okay, that's enough.
Doug, what about that dolphin right there? What about that one? Are you worried about that? James Carlton is my insurance agent. He's the Plowhawks agent as well. He's online at carltoninsurance.net. He has 316 5-star reviews. And I think a lot of people just assume all insurance agents are the same. And then you make the switch to James Carlton and you realize there is a world of difference. The customer service, the active element of the Carlton insurance team in reaching out to you via text to show you ways that you can save money with a couple of clicks. Those are the things that stand out to me, much less how helpful they are in times of need. And that's what you will read in those 316 5-star reviews on Google for James Carlton. The number is 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. Doug, could you tell the people about our title sponsor? His name is Ryan Kelly, and he's online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Well, he's focused now on getting people out of credit card debt because it's bad. It's bad, and it's at an all-time high, almost $1 trillion in U.S. alone. On the average, $7,000 per adult with an average interest rate of over 25%, and it's getting higher by the day. These are desperate measures for people who are in deep, deep credit card doo-doo. Credit card companies want you in debt. They make it easy for you, and that's how they make their money off you. And most people's pay isn't keeping up with inflation. Harder than ever to not use your credit card. The solution is let Ryan Kelly and the Home Loan Expert team get you one new low monthly payment for everything. The good news is home values are way up, and you probably have access to more cash than you think. Check out the options Ryan and the Home Loan Expert team can work out for you to see just how much money you can save with a simple cash-out refinance. They've got that 10-day closing guarantee. You can get on the path to financial freedom sooner than you think, so stop making the greedy credit card companies rich. Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you, Sir Mortgage, for having our back.
Thehomeloanexpert.com. Another new sponsor here on TMA, and it is great to have the Illinois Recovery Center on board the radio program. What a great thing they are doing. Illinois Recovery Center is the new premier inpatient substance abuse facility in Swansea, Illinois. When it comes to the disease of addiction, getting help should not be as difficult as it currently is. The Illinois Recovery Center's mission is to be the receiving hand in the community when someone seeks help. The IRC delivers a comprehensive system of care that welcomes both the individual struggling and family alike. If you or someone you know wants to learn about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or email info@illinoisrecoverycenter.com. Again, that's 888-472-9559 or email info@illinoisrecoverycenter.com. Great to have the Illinois Recovery Center on board with TMA, and great that it has just been created and recently opened up just a few weeks ago in Swansea, Illinois. Text in 314-881-TMA5 EDF Group Text Inbox. Email in Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com, and call in 636-900-4TMA. Hey, Tim, serious text, real talk, keep it 100. When you get back to St. Louis, do you want to go up to Olive and Oak and have some sex afterwards?
Oh.
I got the wife lined up and a couple of industry lesbians I've been begging to join as well. I think I've closed the loop on a pair. Thank you. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves. Yeah, I think I'm going to accept that invitation, Doug.
With some industry lesbians.
What does it take to become an industry lesbian? What is that? Someone working in industry, like steel workers or something?
Sure.
Almost like you have to have a business card.
Right.
It's like, hey, I'm the lesbian. Here's my number.
Like there's no fooling around about it.
You don't even tell them what you're being hired for. You're just the lesbian.
Lesbian union.
I didn't know there was a union. Carlos Spicy Wiener says regarding caller Buzz and this thing with the doctor, all that's going to be happening is hot dog sweats and late night Jack-in-the-Box taco deliveries to people trying to establish a colony in the Wentzville territories. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
You ever eaten so much that you start getting meat sweats?
No.
Have you ever
I never
loosened
really
the belt?
even understood the term. What's sweating? You're sweating meat?
Like the pork sweats. Like you eat like a big old pork steak and you start sweating because you've been putting in so much work.
No, it doesn't make me sweat at all.
Work.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let me.
How much work is it to eat?
Let me crush this. Let me crush this documentary and then eat this 28-ounce pork steak.
What a great moment in American history where he used aggressive active verbs to describe loathsome sloth and getting fatter and lazier.
I'll bang out a nap.
I'm going to bang out this nap. I'm going to crush these tacos.
We used to call it food drunk. Eat too much, you'd be sitting at the table. God, I'm food drunk.
God.
It can put you to sleep, that's for sure.
Turkey.
Yeah, I fell asleep eating chicken and dumplings once.
While you were eating it?
Clip that off.
I was
like in your mouth, there's the chicken and
I was on
face first into the dumpling?
I was on my second helping, and I just dozed off.
Fell out of the chair?
I leaned back for a minute, and I just dozed off. I was so full.
That's retirement home. Yeah, that's retirement home behavior there.
It is. Take a bite of soup. And Tim, how far are you from Beaufort, South Carolina?
Good point. Good question.
I would guess like 25 minutes, ballpark.
Okay. You familiar? Is there a restaurant there called the Black Sheep? You familiar with that?
I'm not familiar.
It's supposed to be a hot spot. It's hard to get into. Just my Hito friends, Chris and Quentin, are there right now. So maybe you and Anna Marie might want to hook up with them and go have dinner.
They on their way down to Hito?
Absolutely. We'll bring the 5-year-old and the 1-year-old and meet Chris and Quentin.
Well, they got their boat with them. You can go out on a boat.
Oh, hey, kids.
They sail down from Florida.
Quentin. Doug?
That wouldn't be awkward at all. Wouldn't be awkward at all for you just to drive up to Beaufort and say, hey, I hear you have a boat. They stop what they're doing, get you on a boat, then you get out there and you just look at each other.
Chris and Quentin.
Well, you forgot
100
dinner
degrees,
Black Sheep.
You're in a boat, but hey, Iggy said we should get together. So here we are.
Well, I would text him and say, I got my my friend Tim, who does a show with us.
Boomer Kingsley?
He's in 15, 20 minutes from you guys. He's going to come up and take him out on the boat. Go out sailing.
I couldn't imagine.
They're the ones who live on a sailboat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know the people, you're not going to do that, though.
Well, they're the kind of people that it doesn't take long to get to know them.
Well,
They're very friendly.
If you don't know them, it's so awkward.
That does sound
Doug, it kind of reminds me when that guy would tell you to tell people good luck. Just random people.
Tell them good luck. I'm not.
Well, I gave you a restaurant suggestion. They're supposed to be the Black Sheep. Is hard to get into.
There you go, Doug.
Can you get him in? Can you get him a table?
I can't, no.
Ooh, Black Sheep is an adult-only experience.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Ziggy.
No kids allowed.
Oh, okay.
What kind of restaurant is it? It's a strip club, isn't it?
I don't know, but it just says... I mean, it might be a place where they just don't want kids running around, so it's an adults only.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Well,
An adults-only restaurant?
Because it wouldn't work in St. Louis, but I think that... I think there's probably some place.
In St. Louis?
Well, I just don't think it'd be as frequented.
Nothing works in St. Louis.
Damn.
Iggy, I think it might be in North Carolina. I just typed it in to see how far we were from Beaufort. The Black Sheep is in Beaufort and 6 hours and 45 minutes away. Doug, would that be especially thirsty for me and my wife to drive 7 hours to meet Chris and Quentin?
Jesus.
No, it's Beaufort.
I think you should. You're missing out.
It's Beaufort, South Carolina.
I'm seeing it as Beaufort, South Carolina. It's on 1216 Boundary Street.
All right.
An adults-only restaurant. That makes it a strip club.
Yeah, an adults-only restaurant on Boundary Street.
Mm-hmm.
So ironic.
Now I see the boundary thing.
Well, some people just like going out to dinner and relaxing with their wife or girlfriend, and they don't want a bunch of kids running around throwing rolls.
How often do you see a bunch of kids at a nice restaurant anyway? Is it really a factor?
No, listen, I don't.
And the restaurant wants as many mouths to feed as they can get in there.
Oh, this is like one of these. This is like a like you get to say I want this menu, and they give you a bunch of different food. They don't like what you pick.
They bitch because where's the kids menu? We want spaghetti.
Yeah, where are the chicken tenders?
I've seen you eat chicken tenders. So.
Well, yeah, but I'm a Hoosier. So.
I'm not sure legally you could tell kids that you're not allowed at a restaurant, could you?
Sure you can. If you own the restaurant.
You can?
Yeah.
It's a family-owned restaurant.
Wouldn't that be discrimination? You can't tell people you're not allowed to come in here if it's a public place.
I think it's akin to like no shoes, no shirts.
Well, that's behavior. That's not picking out a person based on their age or their sex.
A bar can not let people in who are under 21.
Well, that's a law.
But there's other bars that let you in if you are under 21.
All right, Doug, say
they're violating the law.
Not if they don't serve you a drink.
Well, then that would be just a restaurant, right?
Say you own the restaurant, and I think the Black Sheep is owned by a family, so it's not a chain thing.
The sheep.
And they have a early bird special. 60 and over, you can get a meal for $8. What if you're 45 and say you're age discrimination? I want that meal too.
Well, you're talking about not even letting them in. You're not talking about specials on the menu. You're talking about telling people you're not allowed in because of how old you are.
Well, you're still making a rule telling people you can't eat because you're not old enough. That's age discrimination.
I don't know. I don't think you could do it.
Well, I'm all for it. If you want to go to a place where you don't have a kid throwing a roll at you, go ahead.
I've never been inclined to taste breast milk.
When did a kid ever throw a roll at you?
You don't have to be a baby.
Lambert's?
Nobu.
These are rules set up by people who never had kids. We were all kids.
You go to Lambert's,
how
they
can
let
you
you throw
discriminate
rolls.
against
These kids go nuts, start throwing rolls at each other and start...
They don't.
They do.
Oh, at Lambert's? That's part of the gag there. It's not the kids throwing it, it's the waiters.
But it's the waiters. Now the kids think they can do it. You got kids there that start throwing rolls all over the place.
No, it doesn't. I've been there.
No, I've been there too. I got hit in the eye with a roll.
Are you going to be okay?
Did you get some catfish?
Did you bring my M&Ms?
No, I didn't get catfish. I would be interested to know if it's legal to tell at a public restaurant that, no, this child can't come in.
Well, obviously it is because they're doing it.
Then it must be a strip club.
I just don't see the difference between like a bar that makes you be 21 and over
because
to get
that's
in.
a law.
But it's not a law at any bar. I could go to Cyber or any other bar and be under 21
that's a
and go in.
restaurant.
So, but like bars that
if you
serve
ordered
food.
a drink, they wouldn't allow you, and nor should you allow a child to order a drink because it's the law that they're not allowed to. But it's not a law that you can tell kids, I'm sorry, you're the wrong age, you can't come into this restaurant.
Well, they can go. They can sit in the parking lot, but they try to come in, they can't get in. You can go to the restaurant if you want, you just can't get in.
Right, definitely leave your kid in the parking lot.
It's just like you go to a restaurant, you can't drink.
Nobody does that.
Well, you're allowed to.
No, you're not even allowed to leave you're not allowed to leave a baby unattended in a car.
I don't think you're allowed to leave a 6-year-old in the car.
No.
Who had the first kid?
It's gone all the way to the Supreme Court trying to settle that case about the bakery couple that didn't want to make a cake for a lesbian or a gay couple because they weren't allowed to just discriminate against people coming into their shop.
Well, I don't agree with it.
But are the kids the ones spending the money?
It's their bakery. They can serve whoever they want.
Well, that was their contention too.
Well,
and
it should be.
I think they lost in local court, but I think maybe it went to the Supreme Court, and I think they may have won the case at the Supreme
I just think if you own a place, you can do what you want.
No, well, you can't really if you own a public place. You can't do whatever you want.
You got to pay this. You may pay the circumstances, pay the price for your decision, but you can do what you want.
Well, you can't always. Like, for instance, you have to pay someone a minimum wage.
Well, that's a law.
Right, so that
It's
you
not a
can't just do
law
whatever you
that
want.
I don't want to serve you. Somebody comes in and starts yelling, I don't want to serve you, get out. You kicked off a plane for yelling. Why? I paid for the ticket. I can do what I want.
No, if your behavior is poor, yeah, you can get kicked off a plane.
Well, kids' behavior is usually poor in restaurants.
You don't know that. You can't assume that when every kid who walks in. If you got your kids under control, they'll behave just fine.
Well, that's another story.
At a certain young age, you're kind of helpless, or you feel hopeless at times. You get a little toddler to stop crying or something, but I don't know.
I'm enjoying the show.
Lawyer, call in. Can you tell some child, I'm sorry, you cannot come into this restaurant, you're too young, unless it's a bar or a strip club?
Hello, St. Louis.
18 years or older. Just like somebody...
I've never one time encountered a restaurant like that. Not once.
All right. I go to, let's just say I'm playing out at Westboro, and I have to tuck in my shirt. I don't want to tuck in my shirt. The guy says, you got to tuck in your shirt. I don't want to. They can kick me off the course.
Hoosiers
Why?
are a protected class.
You can't tell me what to do. I can dress the way I want. It's a dress code.
If there's a behavioral issue, yeah.
Not a behavioral issue. I just have
That's
my
what
shirt
it
on.
is. No,
I just
that
have my
wasn't.
shirt untucked.
That's a behavioral issue.
No, it's not.
There's
It's a dress code.
Okay, that falls under behavioral issue. But what they can't do is tell you, I'm sorry, you're 60 whatever years old. You're not allowed on the premises here. They can't tell you that.
I don't. I think you have to be like a protected class for that to be the case.
9 o'clock.
Like Harpo's.
Tim left.
If I go to Harpo's in Columbia,
Good luck,
they
yeah.
serve food and they're a bar, but I can't go in there unless I'm over 21 years old. They do both at all times.
That's the law, right? If you're a kid, I'm sure you have to have a parent to go into Harpo's.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm saying like you have to be over 21 to even get in there. Then they have that right to say that.
Because it's a law. If you're going
But not if they're only serving food. I can be at a restaurant under 21 that serves alcohol. I just can't buy a drink.
I don't know. Lawyer, call in.
You're a big day, Plaza.
Yeah, lawyers can call in, Doug. 636-900-4TMA if they would like to. You can also visit GlennBettsJewelers.com. Glenn Betts Jewelers in business in St. Louis since 1941, operated by the third and fourth generation of the Betts family. The Glenn Betts difference is you are served personally, not sold. Glenn Betts Jewelers develops relationships through generations of your family as well. They get to know your likes, lifestyle, and who and what you love. The 3 L's. GlennBettsJewelers.com. That's GLENNBETZ, Jewelers.com. Located 1 mile east of 270 on Manchester and De Pere. In the jewelry business, there is good, there is better, and then there is Betts. The Betts family passion for serving their customers has been passed down from generation to generation. Go to GlennBettsJewelers.com. And if you have been injured in an accident, we would like to recommend C.D. Longo and Doug Biggs of the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm, online at longobiggs.com. That's longobiggs.com, LONGOBIGGS.com. Injury cases can be complex. Each case, an accident is different, and every fact is important when building a case. C.D. Longo and Doug Biggs are TMA listeners. They live in the St. Louis area. They're born and raised in the St. Louis area, and therefore they know their reputations are of the utmost importance because they're not some national firm coming in and then just delegating it to local lawyers. They're the ones who are going to handle the trial for you. They are trial lawyers, meaning they won't settle if there is an obstacle or complication in your case. In fact, most cases have them. And Doug and CD will overcome those obstacles and take your case all the way to trial if necessary. In injury cases, there can be a lot of money on the line, and you shouldn't trust your case with just anyone. Longo Biggs Injury Law accepts personal injury, wrongful death, brain injury, and other catastrophic injury cases. It's longobiggs.com. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Text into the EDF group, text inbox 314-881-TMA5. That's 314-881-TMA5. Call in 636-9004-TMA. Lawyers, call in 636-9004-TMA, or email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling Email of the day, Engineer Design Facilities is moving forward as the EDF Group, the most experienced data center and critical facility service provider in the St. Louis market. Check out the newly revamped website, theedfgroup.com, and take a look at each of the 3 divisions they have to offer. EDF Group is your one throat to choke for all your critical facilities, data center, commercial, fire alarm, and electrical and IT infrastructure needs. To contact the EDF Group, email fire@theedfgroup.com. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com. Doug, the Flyers were hosting a Zoom press conference. What was the topic here? Were they talking about Sonny coming back to St. Louis?
No, they were talking about a rebuild, like the rebuild in terms of the Flyers, and then and we had a PR hot mic. So one of the PR guys.
Doug, PR hot mic.
So there's a reporter asking a question. The female reporter is asking a question. Then you hear a gentleman who works for the PR team for the Flyers make a comment.
Oh, okay. Hit the lever, please, Plowsy.
Hey, Garnet. I was just wondering, as a veteran with a relatively successful NHL career, what makes the Flyers, who are in a rebuild state, a destination that was designed...
How many times is she going to ask this question?
Yeah, there's really a lot of things. When I look at it, it's an organization that...
Damn.
It was a little bit hard to understand. What question did she ask?
Well, here, let's play it again.
Well, it's an echo. I
I
can't.
was just wondering, as a veteran with a relatively successful NHL career, what makes the Flyers, who are in a rebuild state, a destination that was
How
designed...
many times is she going to ask this question?
Yeah, there's really a lot of things that go into it.
I can understand him, not her. It's a veteran player. Do something.
Veteran players.
What makes the Flyers' situation with the rebuild a destination to go to?
Oh.
She asked that a lot of people?
Well, apparently the PR person was fed up.
Yeah. The Flyers have since put a tweet apologizing.
Yeah,
that guy probably won't be fired, will he? Maybe.
Depends on how good he is.
Yeah, I mean...
Sounds good.
Yeah.
He messed up. But,
you could hear her, I think, because she heard him, right?
I think everybody heard that. Yeah, I think that's tough.
Oh,
that's like my worst nightmare. And, yeah, always be careful around the microphones.
Oh, yeah.
Where was he that he needed a microphone?
It was a Zoom press conference.
Oh.
Hunchback of Von Castle says he's fired.
Ah, well, I'll do it. Back to you, Steve.
Yeah, if you didn't like him very much. And you got 100 people that'll take the job starting tomorrow. You take your stand.
Absolutely.
That Zoom thing can be trouble. Hot mic. What's his name?
Tubin
was tubing it.
Tugging his tubing.
Yeah. Be careful on Zoom calls.
That's the most astonishing one, that he couldn't wait even till he got away from his computer.
We've all been there.
No, we haven't.
Maybe he was using one of the people on the computer.
Ugh. Oh, boy.
Doesn't that make it worse?
Yeah.
Yes, on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
It's all uncomfortable.
Doug, here's Mike Francesa. He is talking about Jimmy Johnson. Here's Francesa.
NASCAR driver?
It's like it's a classic.
Love to hear that.
No, this was from like 2 days ago.
Topical.
This will be about 50% about Jerry and 50% about the Cowboys, I would think. It will be about how he bought the Cowboys and the risk he took. And driving Jimmy away, who was a great talent evaluator and a great psychologist. He was not a great coach, but he was a great psychologist of the human condition, and he was a very, very astute talent evaluator, which is what his strengths were. And he built probably the last team we'd call the last dynasty in the sport.
Basically said he can't coach worth a darn.
What did the Patriots do for all those years?
Dynasty? 6 titles. Yeah, that might qualify. And he's talking about the Cowboys documentary, the Jerry Jones Cowboys documentary. That's coming.
I see.
Can't wait for that one.
He can evaluate talent. He's a great psychologist. He built a dynasty. He just can't coach.
Yeah, he's just not a good coach. And also the last coach who built a dynasty, even though Belichick won more recently and more of them.
Nice.
He had some good work down at Miami, too, Doug.
He did, with the hurricanes down there. Mm-hmm. That's where he really made it.
Did you cover him, or was he?
No, he was there. Yeah, he was there. They got him from Oklahoma State. Yeah.
Did you get to know him?
Just a little bit. Yeah, interviewed him. He was always pleasant enough guy.
So you had Jimmy Johnson at the U and Don Shula with the Dolphins when you were there. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch in terms
Howard
of coach.
Schnellenberger also.
Yeah.
It might be a little before your time.
That's a good 1-2 combo. In terms
Oh yeah,
of
they had some great teams.
coaching, and this was before the Heat were there. And
Yeah, that all came right when I left.
yeah. So
The Heat and the Marlins,
right. So it was a
Panthers.
Really,
Oh, right when I left.
two sport town now, and much bigger sports town than when you were there.
Oh yeah.
Well, one sport,
But they
one
had
professional.
When I was there, they had golf tournaments and professional tennis tournaments and boat racing. And
Right. So the Bones
horse
were there.
racing was big, and yeah, they had different type of sports than what we have here.
Highlight.
Yeah, I got to play highlight a few times.
Is that the game with like
Media
the
events?
like
You got the cesta on your arm, and
Yeah.
you throw a little.
Looks like some fun.
It is fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm not sure that's even a thing anymore.
It is
Still going on?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen that's big on TikTok.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, people throwing that ball around on TikTok
It's fun. It can be dangerous if you throw it the wrong way.
along with dancing.
Dancing on TikTok. Yeah.
People are still into that. They'll always be the common denominator.
You think that's where I should take my thirst trapping?
I think you go to like Cardinal games and then stand like in the rows and just start dancing away, and while people gawk at you.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, then you post it, get 1 million views, get some sponsorship deals, and then you shut it down.
Who would I approach for sponsorship deals?
Who they
Who do you
approach
think would be interested in that?
They approach you.
Some nipple clamp.
Yeah, because you're an
company?
influencer.
Right, yeah, nipple clamp company.
You can borrow mine.
Oh, you've got nipple clamps?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Oh,
I do.
Bill.
What does it do?
They just squeeze your little nips, and they got little bells on them.
Bells?
Yeah. Well, if it's dark, you want to know where the nipples are.
Oh.
That's a good point.
How big are these bells?
Bells are tiny. The nips are a little bigger.
Oh.
Like oatmeal?
Oh, not that big.
No.
I'll bring them in.
So how often do you wear them?
I've only used them once.
Why did you get them?
It came in an unboxing I did. A little sex toy box.
Oh.
I showed you the video.
We don't kink shame
Yeah.
here, Doug.
Well,
and
I
feel
do.
Like you're
Sure, I do.
getting close to
Yeah.
it.
Multiple plugs in there.
Huh.
Lena the plug.
And does that go over well with the ladies?
Yeah, I'm 1 for 1 on them so far.
Oh, really?
Bill.
Yeah.
She liked it.
Yeah, it was her idea to put them to use.
She put them on you.
Sporting.
Yeah. Yeah, she put them on me. I put them on her.
Oh.
This is good stuff. And we don't kink shame, so.
Well, yes, we most certainly do.
You don't seem as fired up about the whole situation.
I don't want to hear about a guy's nips. I don't care.
But we can talk about your bush.
Oh.
Well, I was asked the question. I didn't bring it up. I don't know.
I was asked the question as well.
No, you weren't.
I asked him lots of
Oh,
questions.
Doug, here we go.
Thanks
There's
for
a little
listening,
slap
Iggy.
fight.
No, you said, who wears those? And you said, I do. So he
That's
didn't-
answering a
but he didn't
question, I
ask
believe.
you.
Well,
Either way.
will you wear them someday into the program?
Yeah, I'll bring them in tomorrow.
Will you?
Hot.
Okay, and you'll show them off to the YouTube camera?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If we can get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll go topless tomorrow with the clamps on.
Oh.
How many subscribers do we have?
4.6.
Oh, we're almost there.
4.68.
Is
There
it
it
painful to be
Big.
to be squeezed in such a
Once you
fashion?
get to 100,000, you can start making money.
Yeah, we're almost there.
If that happens, at SAG, if it happens at SAG, that means there's 400 sad guys that join to see KG's nipples.
What's wrong with my nipples?
Yeah, what's
Well,
wrong?
a dude wants to see him. So that'd be 400 dudes
It
sign
could
up
be
to see your
women.
nipples.
You know, we're lousy with women.
Bill's wife.
She's probably already subscribed.
Well, yeah, but she might have like an army, like Gaggle.
I'd like to see it get to 5,000. Don't necessarily want to see the nips, but
You don't have to watch.
Would you wear these nipple clamps, Iggy?
no, I'm not into that stuff.
No. Well, you kink shame?
No.
Yeah, it does sound like a kink shaming.
Not kink shaming at all. I just don't. I'm not into it.
But you are the proud owner of multiple butt plugs.
I don't use them. They look like paperweights.
They're decorative butt plugs.
Everybody needs paperweights these days.
Well, they're very nice looking. They're shiny silver.
I was reading in We'll Do News that that butt plugs are the new vases.
Vases?
Yeah, the new centerpiece is now decorative butt plugs.
I don't know.
Can't confirm.
Did people need paperweights because they had fans in their hot offices and the fans would blow their papers all over their desk? That's the only reason I can think of for needing a paperweight.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never used a paperweight. My use of paper has gone
Well,
down.
in the spring and the
precipitously.
fall, you open some windows and open your patio door, screen door, and it's a nice breeze coming in. I have papers on my table. If they blow off, I just put the paperweight down, the butt plug.
Probably chops up that white pretty good, too. You know, in those office settings.
Where'd you say you read that at? Jewish Light?
No, I did not read that in my mother's newspaper. I did. I was joking and said we'll do news.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
My mom wrote a great piece about our family vacation yesterday, or 2 days ago. It was great.
Which family vacation?
The one we just took to Table Rock.
Oh, that's
She wrote
right.
a little column. It was awesome. Shout out to my mama.
Table Rock does look cool. We checked that out.
Glove blogger Tom Traven says subscribing to watch KG's nipple clamps is nowhere near as sad as the 3 divorced guys who watch the 2 p.m. dinner cooking show with Chef Ken and his gallon of butter and Mississippi fish. Doug, that's glove blogger Tom Traven.
Well, it's not Mississippi fish, and there's more than 3. Live? No, maybe 12, 15 live because I cook at 4 o'clock and people work, but if you go back and look at the views of it, it's upward of 1,500, 2,000 people watch it.
Look at that, Doug.
You're off a little bit, and last night we had some nice Chilean sea bass, which
Oh, nice.
Doug got some pieces, and Liv Maddox got a couple pieces, so
Sweet, sweet action.
it was actually good. That's maybe the best sea bass I've done in a while, so yeah, I have a tendency to overcook it, but this time I didn't.
How long sea bass stay on the skillet?
That's not Mississippi River fish. I did 5 minutes on each side in the cast iron, then I put it in the oven at 425 for 5 minutes, so 15 minutes total.
Nice.
Huh. Okay. Well, that sounds
work
good.
on your short game for 15 minutes at Family Golf and Learning Center. It's a premier golfing facility for all abilities and ages, providing a friendly and encouraging practice experience for the individual or the family. Their player development includes monthly clinics, adult clinics, summer camps, and private instruction. I connected one of our listeners yesterday with Adam Betts at Family Golf, and I'm happy to do that for you. If you want to email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. Family Golf also has a double-decker driving range, the best driving range, and the best short game area as well, about 100 yards that you can pitch and chip and putt and hit bunker shots on as well. They make St. Louis better at golf. Learn, practice, play your best golf. Family Golf Online.com. Family Golf and Learning Center. And Jeff Lotman of Lotman Realty is now with Compass, and he is now a sponsor of TMA. He has been selling real estate in the St. Louis area now for 22 years, $500 million in sales. So if you are in the market for a new home or you are looking to sell your home, Jeff Lotman can take care of you. Visit JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Recently featured in the Wall Street Journal for selling the most expensive home in St. Louis. And he joined Compass to start and build Compass St. Louis, and the #1 luxury brand in St. Louis, as Compass is the largest luxury broker in the world. He never turns down a referral, no matter the price. Luxury is much more about the experience than the price. They treat all their clients the same way with Jeff Lotman Realty. Visit JeffLotman.com, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. That's Jeff Lotman and Compass Realty. And think about it. Jackson, what is this story you sent over? The MLB median ticket buyer down to 43 years old, so they're saying the age is decreasing? That's a surprise.
Yeah, the median age.
The changes MLB made to its product heading into the season are apparently paying dividends with younger audiences. Ticket buyers are now 43 years old. In 2019, the average age was 49. In 2022, 46. And in 1 year, it's dropped to 43 years old.
Yeah, I think that, and I think it's got to be a direct correlation. This drop with the rule changes, you know, being able to know that you're going into a game and it's not going to take 3.5 hours.
I don't know. I would think it's because most tickets are now bought online, and the older people don't buy online as much as the younger people do.
Yeah,
I would think that would explain it more.
Right. But
there might be a lot of people saying, "Hey, son, why don't you buy the tickets? Because I don't get Ticketmaster. I don't understand StubHub, or how it works."
Yeah, but in 2021 that was the case too, and so it has continued to drop now for 2 years.
I don't know. I just can't see a lot of younger people that were otherwise not interested in the game saying, "Oh, there's a 5-second difference in the way the pitcher's going now. Now I'm interested in baseball." It is a better product, but I just struggle to believe that difference is going to bring people under the tent. Maybe it has.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if that were the reason.
We've also seen sports viewership increase a good amount in the past year and a half, 2 years, so they all could be tied together.
Yeah.
But I think it's really good for Major League Baseball. Certainly, a sport that was.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm truly surprised by it, and they're tying this into the game time reducing from an average of 3+ hours to now 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Yeah.
3:05 to 2:36.
Couldn't it also mean that old people are watching less?
Well,
if old people watch less, then the number would skew younger.
Yeah, but I don't see a reason why older people would be watching less.
Well, do you know anybody your age who's now saying, "Okay, now I'm a baseball fan"?
I know
because
people
the
have
games
gotten
don't
more
last as
into
long?
it the past year and a half, but no one who I've known who is like, I never watched baseball, and now they're watching it because it's shorter. That's not the case. But I know people who are like kind of fringe baseball fans who have gotten more into it over the past year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah. But like college football, for example, the games are way too long.
Oh,
if they cut it from 3 hours and 45 minutes down to 3 hours and 20 minutes, you think suddenly a lot more people would be college football fans?
No, but football in America is just such like a different animal than any other sport. Like it's just so the way we consume it is so crazy. So
I kind of think baseball is becoming a little more boring too with the personalities in the play-by-play booth. It doesn't seem to catch my interest as much as the play-by-play announcers and broadcasters for college football or even the NFL. I don't like the NFL as much, so it's hard to say that. I watch that more than Major League Baseball. But college football, even though it takes 4 hours, it's a different vibe. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's once a week.
Yeah, the once a week
the
thing is
pageantry
big.
of it all. It's just different than watching a Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like baseball. Don't love it. Rather watch it on TV than go to a game.
14 games versus 162 is a massive difference there, too.
College football's so fun. The all-day thing, the tailgating aspect of it all in football compared to baseball.
Right.
I don't know if it'll ever get more fans than what it has. I think speeding up the games is certainly a huge thing. The games I've been to, it is noticeably different. Like, it's not just 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It feels like it's a lot more time off.
Yeah.
With some rhythm, too, where it's not like you're just like sitting around where there might be a 3-minute break between pitches.
You can't really look away now because you might miss something.
Yeah.
Mudjack Mike says, after working for marketing agencies for the past 5 years, the one major thing I've learned is how much we can manipulate data in order to get the result our clients desire. That's from Mudjack Mike.
Yeah, that's true.
I do think it's intriguing that since 2019 the age has gone from 49, and then in 2023 it's gone to 43. I mean, that is a
big
substantial drop.
Yeah.
But I still think a big factor would be the people that buy online. If you're not buying online and you're going to walk up and buy tickets, and you can still do that, they don't track how old you are, and that's more likely to be the older folks, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. This data, and to kind of what Mudjack Mike was saying, I don't know this to be factual, but I'm speculating that this was pulled off of online secondary ticket markets or buying it straight online from the team, where that would be, how else would you get the age of the person?
Right.
Like scalpers aren't asking for your ID.
That's how they could have manipulated the data.
Right, exactly. So I think that's a good point.
Yeah, people who buy online are younger. Okay, so
Doug,
people
we're officially
watching
dismissing the
baseball
study?
I am,
Yeah.
As much as I like the changes and as much as I think it improves the game, I can't think it's drawn anyone who was not a baseball fan before. They are now a baseball fan because the pitchers are throwing the ball more frequently. I don't believe that that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong.
Guys, olds love two things: watching sports on, quote, cable TV and playing pickleball. Thanks. That's from Big Tuft.
God, the pickleball thing. God bless, but stop. I would really, gyms out there, can you please stop shutting down basketball courts so people can play pickleball? It's like super annoying. It's summertime.
Like,
let them play outside.
He's got an anti-pickleball stance.
No, it's just every time you go try to shoot some hoops, it's like only half the court's open because we have pickleball or badminton.
Where are you going to shoot hoops?
Last night I had a men's league game in the JCC, and luckily we had a court, but the other side of the court, only half of it was open because they were playing pickleball on the other side.
Have you seen Algonquin put pickleball courts? I saw them building something. I'm like, what is that? It looked like a tennis court, but then it was a little smaller, and then I saw the finished product. They have their own like, pickleball area.
Like, I mean, dedicate their own courts to it, but please don't take up basketball.
But it's not just the olds that play it. There are youngs that play pickleball.
My boy Herb would smoke all of us. He's an unbelievable pickleball player.
JCC is pretty big. You got to take up a basketball court?
2 courts.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did they do with that property they built? They bought off a Strike and Spare right down the street from...
It is the new St. Louis Holocaust Museum.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It opened like a year and a half ago, maybe less.
I like the JCC. I've been there.
This is the one, last night was the one in Chesterfield, which is decent amount further away, but they're shutting down basketball
Well, pickleball
courts.
is huge. I mean,
yeah, I get it.
People would rather play pickleball than basketball, so I'm sure that's why they did it.
No, there's people, like 25 people on the other side shooting hoops and like 8 people playing pickleball, but hey, I get it. It's what they do. It's usually an older crowd, pickleball.
Wow, Doug Jackson is...
I'm just being honest out here. Like, I don't know which one to say. But
so basically, you hate your parents. And
not
all
at
the
all.
people their age.
Not at all. I'm bad at racket sports. I'm like really bad at racket sports. But the pickleball's a big thing, and then God bless you.
Well, the old people like it because there's less running than tennis.
Yeah, it's
pickleball,
it's
you
easy.
basically don't move.
Yeah, it's
the
easy.
pickleball courts in Francis Park are full of sweaty, groaning men. It's such a look-at-me sport. That's from Mr. Fong, owner of the dildo shop. He is with Jackson, and he owns a dildo shop.
The guy
it's
who
a
made
sport older folks can play. Unlike tennis, you reach a point where you just can't run around and play a decent game of tennis.
the massive bros that leave their girlfriend on the sidelines and make them watch this sport too is also.
So you're on board with this? It's a look-at-me sport.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Hey, look, I'm cool and hip, and I heard about pickleball before you guys. I got my own mallet, racket.
It's not a
What do they
mallet.
call it?
Paddle, I think.
Paddle. Mallet.
If you played it, I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
It's no
It is
different
fun.
than tennis. It's just you don't have to move as much, and that's
It's a
why
lot
older
different
people
than
like
tennis.
it.
It's easy.
I bet you I
It's
get
not
in there
easy.
and win
It
a
is
tournament.
easy.
If you're standing there and somebody's smashing balls at you, it's not easy.
It's an easy sport. You can play it the first moment you step out there. You can have a decent
but
pickleball.
you may not be good at it.
Well, no, you won't be. You'll get better, but it's a game you could just kind of like racquetball, where the first day you got there, you could smack the ball off the wall and play a little bit. Pickleball's kind of that way too. Doesn't require lessons, so you can serve the ball properly, and you don't spend half the day running after the tennis balls all over the court. And for older folks, it's a way to exercise. There's a lot of them getting hurt. A lot of orthopedic injuries coming in now.
I bet folks are popping Achilles left
Oh
and
yeah,
right.
Achilles, hamstrings are going, knees, yeah,
Hips.
yeah. But it's a way for older folks to get out and stay
And
active.
I have
a
no
little bit.
problem with that. I want that to be. I think it's great that people are getting active and they're having fun doing it. Just please, can we do it on a tennis court and not on a basketball court?
It's probably too hot for them.
It was nighttime.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was raining, to be fair.
Well, doesn't the J have pickleball courts?
Not that I know.
Well, what's wrong with them?
That's probably coming soon. I bet everyone's going to have pickleball
They're going to
courts.
take over a basketball court's what they're going to do. Well, the solution, I think, is to build a green or a green complex or maybe 100 yards to chip and pitch in your backyard. I think that's something that we can all enjoy and agree on. Tour players get up and down 2/3 of the time. Scratch golfers still only get up and down about 50% of the time. Driving the ball 300 yards is great, but scoring results from a great short game. And the best way to lower your scores is to improve your short game. That's why tour players like John Rahm and Max Homa have installed celebrity greens in their backyards. Anyone can put down fake turf and call it a putting green, but if you want a golf green that putts true and gives you real grass performance when practicing chips, pitches, and bunker shots, the only company to call is Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner, Celebrity Greens. The number is 314-834-2339 or visit clubhouseturf.com. Let them know you're a TMA listener. Check it out for yourself. Visit clubhouseturf.com or call 314-834-2339. It's Clubhouse Turf. As I was doing that live read, Doug, a ball came flying in. I don't know if it was visible to those watching on YouTube, but we're under fire, candidly here.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
it's good
I
that you
think
could be candid about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be too forthcoming, but I think I need to be here.
Okay.
Seems to be a trend of people not being able to control their tee shot here on one, Tim.
Well, I mean, I guess over the course of the however, I guess hour and a half or so that I'm doing the program, Doug, how many groups would you say tee off?
Gosh, don't tee times go like every
9 minutes?
10 minutes-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a helmet out there, Tim.
The
we can't risk you getting bopped on the head.
Yeah. Well, these guys are all walking, too. Maybe we've got some real players. Oh, a young tyke is playing the front tees. Or my left shoulder. Really nice move, Doug. I can't imagine he's going to be hitting the ball over here based on what I see, but I'll keep you abreast. You know, probably some nerves playing Harbor Town for the first time. And
what's the hawk situation?
No hawk at all, just humidity. There's thickness in the air.
No. Ball's flying, though.
There is thickness in the air. Ball probably is flying. The four caddy is making his way over here, so you're gonna see. Maybe we'll talk it over with him. And he's carrying a bag, so he's not a four caddy.
Ask him to come on the air, talk about caddying.
Yeah. See if he wants to go to the black sheep.
I'm sure the audience would like to hear that discussion.
Yeah, ask him if he's ever been a black sheep.
And do they allow kids?
Get to know him well. I think this might be my caddy, Alex, who's a good guy. I heard it right over here.
Oh.
I heard it right over here. Let's see where this thing was, Doug.
It's in your yard proper?
You can probably see the fairway there where I'm pointing on YouTube. That is the fairway for number one.
Huh.
Heard it right behind me, but never saw it.
How far do they have to hit the ball to get it into your yard?
The caddy? Oh, God, not very far at all, like 180. Yeah, you can see the caddy. There he is.
Is your yard OB?
Backlit. Yes, the white stakes are like maybe 15, 20 yards behind me. And I'd say the fairway is about 50 yards behind me.
Yell real loud, get off my yard.
Get
off my lawn.
Hopefully he doesn't find it, and it'll be a free Pro V1, I would imagine, for us here.
Might be a grocery store
giving
ball.
up.
You saw where it went?
You think it's Kirkland?
Yeah,
no, I just heard it. Oh. Tim offered to service him on YouTube.
No.
The Hunchback of Von Castle. Would you guys like to watch me mouthify this gentleman near the obese? Okay, I'm just asking.
If we
said we're going to give the listeners what they want, Morrison Woods Wacko wanted to hear Iggy talk about the evolution of pubic hair.
Yeah. If we want to get to 5,000 subscribers, Doug, sometimes you got to earn it.
Amen.
Go to the dirty
areas. When you know you've made it.
Well, KG's willing to try to earn it tomorrow, apparently.
Yes, he is. It's hot.
The caddy gave up looking for it?
No, he's still walking around. He's moved. He's moved. I don't think it's down where he is because I could hear it. There's no way he could get through all this crap to be down there. And it looks like they are. They're going to penalize this player. Doug, is he returning to the tee?
Oh,
why not hit provisional?
No, don't do that. Just give him a mulligan. It's the first hole. Let him hit it again.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, since they were walking and they all have their own caddies, this might be some semblance of competition. So we're going to get to the bottom of this here. Let's go to Dottie Pepper. Dottie, what do you see?
Boy, there's nothing.
Well, Jim, I think they should have hit a provisional. He's an idiot for going all the way back there. It's hot out here.
Dottie's become very cutting with her description of the play.
There's sweaty out here. I love Dottie Pepper, though.
Did Iggy just ask if a home's yard is out of bounds? Jesus! That's from Jonathan Titsworthy.
Yeah, I did ask that.
Aren't all homes around the course out of bounds? Someone's backyard's always going to be out of bounds.
If somebody didn't put a white stake down there.
No, they're white stakes.
There's no worse feeling than looking for your ball, not finding it out of bounds, and then having to go back to the tee box and hit again and tell the group behind you.
I always like to hit another one, even if I'm virtually certain it's in play, just because I can get a little work in.
Right,
yeah, just get a little work in.
It's a cheap excuse. It's like, I just striped it on the fairway, but just to be safe, let me take a second one.
I don't think I've ever been on a golf course where someone has come back to the tee to hit it again.
I had to in my match against Callahan.
Of course. Go ahead. Let's hear your story.
No, it's pretty simple. The ball was in a rough. We all knew where it was. It wasn't out of bounds. It wasn't in the heavy stuff. It just was off the fairway in the rough, and nobody could find it. Now, the funny thing is, I think a hole before Callahan did that, and I said, dude, we know it's right here. Just drop. I'm not going to charge you a penalty. But he couldn't find mine, and I had to go back to the tee and hit 3.
He told you you had to?
Oh, it sounds like a grievance from the 2021 fan page.
It's funny. I think a hole ago, I told you just drop it.
But at the Fan Page Club Championship, weren't we playing everything is red staked?
That's correct.
No, but it was a lost ball. It wasn't out of bounds or a red stake. It was in the rough. We couldn't find the ball.
Oh.
So it was a lost ball, even though we knew where it was. I mean, it was right here.
Well, you didn't know where it was if you lost it.
Well, we knew where it was, in the direction it was. It just couldn't find it. So it was a lost ball. I had to go to another one. But he did that, and I said, yeah, we know it's right out. You know we're not out of bounds. It's right here somewhere. Just drop one.
Isn't that a major inconvenience for the group playing behind you?
Yes.
To stop and go back to the, excuse me, you'll have to stop. I'm going to hit again.
Yeah, it is, but we were playing a match, so I had no choice.
Yeah,
when you tell them
change the rules of the match.
when you tell them it's the Fan Page Club Championship, they understand.
That's what I told them.
Just take a penalty shot right there and hit again.
Guys, I apologize. I said we're playing a Fan Page Club Championship match.
Oh, it's a Shishawali tournament.
They all bend down.
Absolutely. It's
brought
like,
you by
we
Mick
didn't realize the U.S. Open was here.
Right.
Yeah,
Mick we'll leave,
actually.
Actually.
Sponsor, so I had to go back and get another one. So.
Were they mad? They
Tim,
should have been.
if you get Doug, we have a rules of the game question from the Afton Altar Boy. He says, if you hit a provisional, is your next shot a 4 or is it a 3? Well, it depends on if you find the original ball. So if you're hitting a provisional, you say this ball is, I hit a Titleist 3, this one is a 4, and it has a circle around the number, or however you mark your ball, and in case they're close to each other. And if you don't find it, that means your next shot, the provisional, was your 3rd shot from the tee. So you're already pretty much jolly well effed. But if you, so your next shot would be your 4th shot. Because your tee shot's your 3rd shot. The first shot went out of bounds, you take a penalty shot, and then you're hitting 3 off the tee if it's white stakes. If it's red stakes, you could drop laterally, and then you're hitting your 3rd shot. But if it's white stakes, you got to re-tee and or hit a provisional if you think you might be able to find it.
That's a lot of
so
rules.
If you find it, then you're just hitting your... once you play a bunch, it's kind of you understand the program.
We don't play by those rules at Riverside.
Right, I think most people probably just drop it.
No one's ever been
white stakes or red stakes, and and so if you don't play by those rules, and then you play in a competition, and you do tend to spray the ball off the tee, you're going to be at a disadvantage because your handicap is probably going to be lower than it should be because you're not taking the proper penalty. Think about that.
Yeah.
Can someone reach out to Welly? Can someone have Welly reach out to me? I'm playing somewhere special tomorrow morning and was hoping he'd be there to say hello. That's from Mr. Licks. Doug, would you like to reach out to Michael Wellington?
No, I'm not going to bother him with that.
Yeah,
Tell him good luck.
This is what we would say. Hey, Licks is playing someplace special. Can you go say hi to him? We don't know where it's at. He's not telling us, but go say hi to him.
Yeah. Drive a half hour to get there. Find him, say hi, then get back in your car and get on about your day.
Without knowing where he's playing. Because he said someplace special.
Right. So he's going to have to go to a lot of the good courses.
Maybe he's playing Disney.
Disney?
It's a special place. Happy place.
Happiest place on earth.
You're not playing anywhere, Licks. Trust me. You don't have a country club. You might be going out to Riverside and playing 9.
That's fine.
It is fine, but not for him. He's a big bragger. Doesn't belong to a country club. Doesn't have a handicap. Doesn't want anybody to know who he is.
Never seen the ocean.
Lies about what he does.
He's never seen the ocean?
Never seen an ocean.
Nope.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think Chris Schaefer has because he travels all over the country in barbecue competitions, and he is a 3-time world champion. He is one of the owners of Heavy Smoke Barbecue off of I-70 in St. Peter's at Cave Springs exit on the outer road. His barbecue is the most succulent, slow-cooked, perfect party in your mouth you've ever experienced. They have homemade sides. He is a barbecue genius. I've been out there. I have enjoyed it. And he brought some in to the Michelob Ultra Studios. As a matter of fact, you can get your next party catered by Chris Schaefer and Heavy Smoke by going to HeavySmokeBBQ.com. That's HeavySmokeBBQ.com. Chris Schaefer, great guy. And he makes some incredible barbecue. It's HeavySmokeBBQ.com. And while you're out there, you are literally, I would say about 2.5 minutes away from Big St. Charles Motorsports, another wonderful sponsor here of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And at Big St. Charles Motorsports, they say disconnect from the daily grind with something far more powerful, the oceans and lakes around you. The Yamaha 2023 Wave Runner lineup offers everything, including the Built for Fun EX Series, the Race Ready GP Series, with performance-enhancing technology in the top-of-the-line FX Series. Chase a thrill or find an escape with Yamaha Wave Runners, designed to bring you closer to everything you love about the water. Get your 2023 Yamaha Wave Runner at Big St. Charles Motorsports, located on I-70 at Cave Springs in St. Charles, Missouri. It's BigStCharlesMotorsports.com. BigStCharlesMotorsports.com. That's BigStCharlesMotorsports.com. We advise you to send emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day online at DesignAirService.com. The email address is the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Iggy, I know the forecast situation, unfortunately, that has been canceled by the sponsor.
Oh.
But it had a great run. But I still would be curious what.
Still a great night.
That's all you need.
I'd still be curious what the forecast is calling for here, because people want to have Design Air Heating and Cooling save the day for them, like they did for my in-laws a couple weeks ago. That Seth Goldcamp, he's the best.
Well, you better get it done before the beginning of next week. I mean, it's not going to be overly hot for the next few days, 90, 91. But we get into the middle of the next week, Wednesday, Thursday. We may hit 100 degrees by Thursday.
No.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Thunderstorms coming in. That's when it really gets muggy. So, Wednesday, mid-90s. Thursday could get up at 100. Then we got a little cool down by Saturday. Next Saturday will be 80 again. But, yeah. I mean, you need air conditioning. There's no way opening windows now. A little too warm.
Yeah.
Little storm blew through last night. You thought it would cool it off. Did a little bit, but like at 8 o'clock last night, the heat index was still at 99 degrees.
Was it?
Bill.
Well, it's summer. Mid-July in St. Louis.
Yeah. Then that storm blew through, and it got into the high 70s. Still a little muggy, though. So, yeah, you need air
Seth
conditioner.
Goldcamp will save the day for you.
better.
DesignAirService.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling. Hey, Licks, Wellington is sleeping with my wife right now. He's busy. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville. Webster Grove.
I don't know
That's
that we
nice.
can be sure of that.
That's nice, though, to get an update like that.
We like updates,
Rory McIlroy just wrapped up his round at the Scottish Open, and it is his first time addressing the media since the Senate hearing, and he was asked about offers from PIF to make him a LIV team captain, and he said the following just moments ago in Scotland, quote, "If LIV Golf was the last place to play golf on earth, I would retire. That's how I feel about it. I'd play the majors, but I'd be pretty comfortable." That's Rory McIlroy addressing the insinuation or the suggestion at the Senate hearing a couple of days ago that there was talk of him and Tiger Woods owning a LIV team. So
it doesn't sound like it's going to happen.
But it doesn't sound like he's interested.
No.
He's been consistent on his distaste or his dislike of LIV Golf. Gotta give him that.
Didn't him and Tiger put together their own league?
Yeah. Dude, this guy is just such a hypocrite, baby. I hope LIV wins now.
Let him have it.
I want this dude to be out of the spotlight.
Oh, I see the Blauhawk you just tweeted. Please just retire.
You want McIlroy to retire?
He is such a baby, man. He hasn't won a major in 10 years. He's the face of the PGA. He got in bed with the wrong team. He said way too much. Everybody's acting how sophisticated he's acting. Remember how immature and how much of a baby he acted during the documentary about telling Phil to F off? This guy has been nothing short of a 12-year-old girl, man.
Oh.
Get out of the spotlight, please, or win a major in this decade.
You just put him on blast.
Pick one or the other, man. I love how he say he's retiring and then, I'll play the majors. Nobody gives a damn, dude. Go off into the sunset, please.
Well, they do.
Preach, Plowsy, preach. That's from Mr. Licks. You and Mr. Licks are now aligned.
He's absolutely nauseating, man. It's pathetic. Phil Mickelson had done 80 times more for the game than Rory McIlroy has ever done for the game. So stop it, man. I'm so sick and tired of he's such a baby, man. I can't take him any longer.
Okay. No, he just says what 90% of the PGA players feel. They just don't say it, and because most of them are an ass. But
he got in bed with the wrong side. It's nobody's fault but his own.
PGA's the wrong side.
Jay Monahan, he followed everything that dude said, and all of a sudden he got a mysterious illness. I mean, LIV is about 90% of the way from taking over, and this dude may have to retire. I would love to see LIV take over and to have him eat crow, because this dude ain't retiring. God, give me a break, man. Him and Tiger are creating like a 54-hole night golf. It's like a frat house.
Oh.
God, talk about growing.
Where are they going to play night golf?
The only thing they're growing is their pocketbooks, man. I just don't know how he thinks he's like above everybody else. But he's made hundreds of millions of dollars with a tour that is sponsored by Saudi Arabia companies, and just it's the hypocrisy is out of this world. So I hope he does retire.
I could see night golf becoming a thing with technology getting better to light courses. I could see in the not so distant future how golf courses will be lighted.
Yeah.
So people can play.
Well, there's some of them are. There's one out in St. Charles is lit.
That was years ago. St.
I think
Andrews.
it's still there, though.
No, it hadn't been there for years.
No, St. Andrews is now. I used to play St. Andrews.
I think Pheasant Run does have night golf.
But
is it par 3 courses or full-size courses? Because there are par 3s that are lit.
I don't know, but there's par 3. It's lit. I don't know if it's par 3 or 9-hole.
I'm talking about full-size courses. Because I'm sure lighting technology will greatly improve, like everything else, to the point where it's not impossible to light up an enormous
Are you concerned
place.
about light pollution?
I'm not concerned at all. I think that would help people get to play a lot longer.
Yeah. It'd be probably really expensive, like for the golf course.
That's why they don't do it now, I'm sure. But
like full 18,
again,
they could do like
things,
3 holes.
Yeah, things change where you might be able to light it up rather easily.
Well, I said it'd cost a fortune, but you would save money on agronomics, and you save on
what?
Grass cutting and things like that.
Agronomics? Is that what you'd save money on?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Agronomy? Agronomics. Agronomy.
Agriculture?
Agronomy.
Agronomy.
Yeah, well, what's the other word for agronomy? Agronomics.
All right, agronomy.
I'm hearing words I've never heard.
Agronomy is actually the science of soil management and crop production.
Oh, boy, dunk on us.
Yeah.
So it is a word.
No, he's correct. The pronunciation.
The pronunciation was bad, but what else is new?
Agronomy, absolutely. Most superintendents, that's what they studied.
Yeah, so what you could do is build a golf course that you have the rough, but everything else is like the mat you hit off of at Family Golf. That is the fairway, the tee boxes, and you would have regular greens. But your fairways and tee boxes would be like turf. Now,
like football fields.
Yeah, it would take a lot of money to put that in a course, but you wouldn't have to cut it. You wouldn't have to pay people to do that, to water it, all of that. So in the long run, you end up saving money and making money. But I think that'd be kind of cool to play off of because you really wouldn't shank any shots. That's why most people aren't very good go hit off of mats because it's very easy to hit off a mat.
So you think golf courses might become artificial turf?
I would like to see one.
I know it's been something that high schools, for example, have had a lot of success by taking out their grass fields and putting down the field turf because there isn't the maintenance and you can play on it all the time. They can rent that field out to other events,
right?
Make the money back that way.
Yeah, no, that's 100 yards. You're talking about a football field. I'm talking about a golf course. It would take a lot more of it.
Oh, God, yeah.
But I'm just wondering how much money you would save in the long run by not having to cut it and water it and pay all those people to do it. And
you might not in golf because all those golf clubs hitting on the grass might damage it. You might have to replace it in a few years.
You would definitely, probably more often than that.
Yeah.
In Japan, they have indoor golf.
They do?
Yeah.
Putt-putt?
No, like they got like a couple holes. Indoors.
Yeah, they don't waste their time on space. Have plenty of money for indoor golf.
2 holes.
I'm just seeing pictures of indoor golf courses.
How many people can get
2 holes?
Space is at such a premium there. I guess you just keep playing the same hole over and over.
Well, how do you make tee times? Sorry, we're playing another hole. I got a tee time. Sorry, you got to go back.
Maybe you probably pay for a certain amount.
How many holes are you going to play?
I'm just hearing about it now.
Sounds like Swing Around Fun Town.
Honey, I got a 1 o'clock tee time. I'll be home by 1:30.
Yes, win-win.
Lake of the Ozarks.
I just received a $3 Venmo from Beer Cats, and the title of the Venmo is "Please stay for the whole show so we don't have to hear Plowsy spew a bunch of nonsense about a topic he knows nothing about." That's from Beer Cats. He's put a bounty.
He a new
on
listener?
Oh.
Done this for 10 years.
We like the
Secondly, I've played more drop for this Joe Schmo loser, and he still can't respect it. So go sit in your corner and go marry ketchup silently, please.
We like your takes.
Next topic.
Little Jim Rome.
I love me some.
All right, I am going to shut it down for the day despite the $3 bounty. Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour, online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. 314-252-0029 is how you can text or call Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, or Peter Munganess and work with the best. The best is Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota, the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and the presenting sponsor of Balloon Party. Chris Kerber doing the program today and tomorrow. Jackson and I will be back in and hashtag on camera on the YouTube. Yeah, that'll be big. On 101 ESPN on Monday. Munganess, St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. And even if you didn't get your car from Munganess, get your car serviced at Munganess. We'll close out the Munganess, St.Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. I'm going to return to my vacation to have a Sunday.
There you go.
No
and
Sundays.
enjoy some agronomics. Those are the things that I'm going to work on today. Jackson will be running point when the 8 o'clock hour starts up at about 8:45. I will talk to you boys tomorrow. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at tmastl.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Credit card debt has hit $1 trillion. And the scary part, that number keeps getting higher by the day. Credit card companies work closely with retailers, setting traps to keep you further in debt. And unfortunately, most folks' pay isn't keeping up with inflation. Good news for homeowners, home values are still way up, and you probably have access to a lot more cash than you think. Stop making those greedy credit card companies rich and apply online today for a cash-out refinance at thehomeloanexpert.com. NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm with a great sponsor of TMA, and that's Longo Biggs of the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. People are starting to head out now. It is summertime, but that means an increase in car accidents.
Hey guys, like Tim just said, summer is finally here, and that means there's more people on the roadways. And you might be going to a Cardinals game, or maybe you're headed home from taking your buddy's money on the golf course. But with increased traffic on the roads, it also means a higher likelihood for car accidents. If you get in an accident, contact our firm immediately. We've successfully handled a countless number of car, motorcycle, and truck accidents. And if you go to our website, you will see we have received awards for doing so. We will make the process easy for you while maximizing the compensation you receive. Go to our website or Google Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Stream us on the TMA mobile app and at tmastl.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMA STL mobile app. Whatever.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town.
Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Engineer Design Facilities is moving forward as the EDF Group, the most experienced data center and critical facilities service provider in the St. Louis market. Check out the newly revamped website, theedfgroup.com, and take a look at each of the 3 divisions they have to offer. EDF Group is your one throat to choke for all your critical facilities, data center, commercial fire alarm, and electrical and IT infrastructure needs. To contact the EDF Group, email fire@theedfgroup.com. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experienced the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
There's always been a lot more riding on Metro Transit than people. Like hundreds of careers with competitive pay, training, opportunities for overtime, and real benefits that really benefit your family. But hey, right now there's even more, a $5,000 signing bonus. We are hiring everyone from Metro Coloride, Metrobus, and Metrolink operators to electricians and mechanics. Learn more at workatmetrostl.com and ride on to a real future. Workatmetrostl.com.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Tostitos, Doritos, and
This one's a banger. I want to breathe a little.
Don't breathe much. This one ends abruptly.
Tacos from Pacos with panchos, nachos, churros, rancheros, and some canineros. I'm out. Adios, amigos.
Get the chicken wings.
This one's for the mayo. There you have it.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo anthem.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Best thing out there right now, no doubt about it.
What kind of editing was that?
I told you, that's not the...
Who does the editing on this program?
That's how they end it.
They have a heart out there.
Really?
I think it's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Why would we play a Cinco de Mayo song on the 13th of July?
So I don't know what to play sometimes.
Okay.
The Cardinals are coming. Chola, chola.
Can't quite play that.
Cassie.
Yeah, it's always a good time for some Cass.
That's not a bad one. Maybe we'll do it coming out of that break.
I'm coming for you, Cass.
Ooh,
God.
do you think there could be a rekindling, KG?
I haven't slept well lately ever since that went down, so...
Really?
I think I got to get her back.
Yeah.
You still hold a torch for her?
Always. It'll always burn.
Really?
Right. It's right person, wrong time.
I think that's the thing, yeah.
You know, she's so in-depth in her career at the moment, you know, you are going to get put to the wayside, but, you know, you got to wait for her.
Have you reached out to her lately?
I have not.
What do you think would happen if you did?
We're on like I think they call it no contact these days.
Is that what they call it?
You've been blocked?
No, there's no blocking per se, but...
Ghosted.
I think we just kind of decided that we needed to...
Time apart.
Give each other some space.
Maybe you need to go back down to the Palm Beach area back to Kachina.
Just show up.
Yeah. It's a sign of love. It's a what's they call it?
It's a sign of stalking, I think.
If you love something, let it go.
Right. Yeah, that's the key. You got the right idea, KG in O-Town. Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We're in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up about an hour and some change. And we'll just get right after it. Doug is to my right.
Yeah.
The Plowhawk is across from me. KG in O-Town is in the Sequin studios and walking into the studios just at the right time.
He's
Ken,
tardy.
Iggy Strode. No, this is perfect. We kind of lay the foundation. He comes in like Kramer.
Okay.
Like right into the scene.
I don't know.
Yesterday, Doug, the Emmys released their list of nominees for 2023.
Did they?
Yeah, a lot of Iggy. Did you see the nominees yesterday?
I'm going to bring it up now, buddy.
All right. Well, I can tell you that if you watch Succession and if you watched White Lotus, you have plenty to cheer, or there's plenty of people you may know. The best supporting actor in a drama series, Doug, is the only two shows represented were The White Lotus and Succession.
It doesn't seem fair to me.
Correct.
Because those are long series, shot like a movie type TV shows compared to the
network TV shows.
Network half hour, crank it out.
Those have no chance anymore.
No,
they have no. Well, and to be honest, they're not putting the same money or resources into a 38-minute network procedural show that they are.
No.
And you're absolutely right. These are movies. Like if you like a House of the Dragon, for some people, for its fault. Either way, those are hour-long movies every single week.
So maybe they need a different category.
It's just the changing nature of TV, I feel like.
Yeah, if they had yet another category, they've already got Emmys, Oscars,
My
Grammys,
Succession.
whatever. Yet another one, it would give these people another chance to pat themselves on the back and talk about what geniuses they are.
Like prestige TV shows versus like yours. But I don't even know who would watch this stuff. Like I personally don't know anybody who watches like any of the network dramas.
No.
Those
a
are
lot of it now is game shows.
Yeah, crime shows. It's procedural police shows. Maybe like Law and Order, and then you're right, just game shows or singing shows, stuff like that.
I see my girl Aubrey Plaza is up for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah.
But if you look at Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series, 1, 2, 3, 4 for White Lotus, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Succession.
Yeah, so it's the only two shows represented. But to be honest, I think all those people are pretty deserving. It's tough to say against it.
Well,
I guess.
And then Best Supporting Actor or Best Actress in a Drama Series, Sarah Snook, the only one for Succession, and she shouldn't have been nominated.
It just doesn't seem like it's TV.
Hard to see if she's going to win.
It's TV. It doesn't seem like that was the purpose of the Emmy Awards. Maybe they need the streamies or something.
Right, yeah. And it's just the way that TV is going is like, people want, it's some TV shows are bigger than movies, so it's kind of the case.
I have a Bill Russell take that I'm not going to
Oh, love to hear it.
Why not? Now's the time, baby.
I didn't like Succession.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
I loved it, and then immediately felt like it was not Game of Thrones-esque, because Game of Thrones just really wet the bed on the last season. I thought, and I love dialogue, but there was way too much of the same dialogue the entire season 4. Or the last season, whatever the last season. I don't know how many seasons there was.
That was season 4.
Season 4.
This is previous.
And I love me some dialogue. That's what me and Iggy differ on the House of the Dragon, because I like the dialogue aspect of shows. It kind of sets the stage. It kind of paints a picture. This one, the writer, I think it just wet the bed. Shiv didn't complete a full sentence in season 4.
That's not true.
After her dad's death, I'm with Iggy again. Like she could barely talk and make a sentence, and I thought it was just awkward. I thought the same storyline was being played out throughout a whole season, and that.
Can I give a counter take?
Of course, yeah. No, I'm going to be on an island on mine.
I think Sarah Snook's performance in season 4 of Succession is one of the best in television's history.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! Come on, you take Smith.
In terms of female actors,
she mumbled and stumbled all over herself.
And I know I'm going to be alone on my take, so I figured there'd be several, and I didn't want to get into it because I thought like the first 3 seasons were tremendous. I thought the actors and actresses in the entire series were really good. I just wanted at the end, maybe it got too good to where I expected, similar to Game of Thrones, this unreal, immaculate ending that I just
you didn't get
felt like it fell short on that. But the acting was tremendous. I just was a little disappointed with how season 4, post, death. That's what I was.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
yeah, you're good. I'm messing with you. If anyone wants to take an action on me, I'll parlay Kieran Culkin winning in Best Actor, Sarah Snook winning in Best Actress, and Matthew McFadden winning in Best Supporting Actor for the Triple Crown for you.
I thought Roman was the best of.
He will absolutely win Best Actor.
For sure, because he was such a vile character, but also you kind of like him too.
Doug, I'm looking at the Best Comedy Series, and there is one, technically 2, but the bear goes on Hulu immediately. There's 2 Best Comedy Series that aren't on the streaming service exclusively. That's Abbott Elementary, which is on ABC, and The Bear, which is on FX. But again, The Bear goes on Hulu immediately afterwards.
The Bear, what's that about?
It's really good.
Jeremy Allen White, who was Lip in Shameless, is a chef in Chicago. It's really good.
Like his brother left him the restaurant. He was like a really good sous chef, or had the potential to be a really good chef. Went to culinary school at one of the but decided to stay home and run his brother's restaurant. So it's really good. I love that show.
Yeah. And in comedy, you're going to see a lot of Ted Lasso once again as the final season commenced. You're going to see.
Never seen it.
You've never seen any? Do you not have Apple TV?
I haven't. No, I think I have Apple TV. It's just something I never have started.
I think probably Best Actress in a Comedy Series. They'll give it to that chick from Abbott Elementary.
I've never seen the show, so I don't know.
But that people seem to like that.
You don't think it'll be Jenna Ortega for Wednesday?
They should go to Jenna Ortega for Wednesday, but they'll probably give it to Abbott Elementary. That was like the feel-good story of last year. Nobody even heard of this show, and it's winning all these awards.
Oh, God bless. Jenna Ortega, he's like, you watch much Wednesday Addams?
Hell no. Hell no.
It was a good show.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
How do you have time to watch all of these TV shows?
Well, the show gets 10 o'clock and doesn't start till 7 a.m. the next day.
Sit in front of TV all day long?
Not all day. Most unless I make a sandwich or something.
How many hours a day are you watching TV?
He's got to smoke. Go out and smoke and I just pause it.
How many hours a day?
I don't know. Depends what I'm doing. Today I'll probably watch a lot of golf. It'll be taped.
You watch 6 or 8 hours of TV a day?
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to watch itself, Doug.
Unless I play golf. If I don't play golf, I got nothing else to do. I don't have a garden to work in. I'll give you a good series to watch.
8 hours a day of television.
I'll give you a good series to watch.
Clock it in, though.
If you're looking for a quick binge, they just started season 3. I think it's only 3 episodes in season 3. So it's 2 episodes, or 2 seasons. There's only 10 episodes in a season, and they're only 30 minutes long, is The Righteous Gemstones on HBO.
People love that.
It's got
Dan McBride, Jeff Goodman.
Not Jeff Goodman.
Jeff Goodman is in it, isn't he?
What's
Jeff Goodman is in the Righteous Gemstones?
His first name isn't Jeff.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Sorry, I was thinking.
You're thinking of
Jeff Garland. I get sometimes Jeff Garland. Yeah, John Goodman. Apologies.
John Goodman.
St. Louis, Afton.
Danny McBride.
Adam Devine's in it.
That guy that's always plays in Danny McBride shows. Young cousin Billy. He's in it. It's a good show, and it's only 30 minutes long. So I mean, one season, you can knock it out in 5 hours.
Knock it out, yeah.
So you can binge for 10 hours, get through it in a day if you got nothing to do.
Wow, yeah.
It's John Goodman. Jesus, that's from Johnny Cakes. Apologies.
Come on.
Yeah, it could be sorry.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight.
He has. Yeah, it's good to see.
He was in London for the Cardinals series.
Yeah, I saw his picture there. He lost so much weight. I saw people saying, "Is he sick? Is he okay?"
What's the deal with that? Can people just not lose weight anymore?
Well, when you get older and you have
I guess
rapid weight loss, people are thinking, "Well, he's dying."
Right.
Perfect opportunity to do a John Goodman weight loss bobblehead to where do a before and after. John Goodman 2 years ago to now.
You got to collect them both.
Sitting on a hot dog.
Go to 2 different games.
Steve's Hot Dogs.
2 different games against last place teams.
And then you can get the John Goodman.
And then connect.
The Rams used to do that when the Rams got Jake Long from the Dolphins. It was Jake and Chris were on the same team. Not related, but obviously had the same last name. Mm-hmm. And they had one bobblehead that you had to get at one game, and then the Jake Long one at the other, and you could put them together, and they would be like facing off against each other.
Oh.
And you bet your sweet ass that I went to both games to get both of them.
Yeah.
Well, I did it with the Cardinals. There was a Wainwright bobblehead, a Molina bobblehead, and a Pujols bobblehead.
Yeah.
And if you got all 3 of them, it's going for like $700.
And they snap together, yeah.
Yeah, that was the idea with the Jake and Chris.
$700 on eBay for those 3. I don't know if anybody paid for it, but that's what it's going for.
Yeah, that's what I always wonder on the eBay thing. Is like I see stuff listed for this, but I'm like, are people actually paying that type of money? Because there's a difference between listing it and
You
actually selling
got to keep scrolling and see some other
right
prices on the same item.
Yeah, like I used to buy sneakers on there. I was like there was like an obvious market because if you put one pair of sneakers, someone else has put, 100 other people have put that. But like with a bobblehead thing, which is much more limited, I feel like it's kind of like if you see it, you kind of got to buy it.
I've been to a few bobblehead games where on my way after the game, on my way back to the car, there's people there offering to buy it for like $30 or $40.
Really?
And I always clutch it. No way. Then I get home and say, why the hell did I take the $30 or $40? I'll never look at this thing again.
Oh, yeah. I don't even take them.
You don't take them when they offer them to you?
No.
Why don't you take them and just give them one to a kid or something?
Yeah, gobble.
Then you got to carry it around all day.
Bingo.
We could give it to someone at the game maybe who didn't
If
get
I'm
there
going
in time to get one.
Let's say it's a weekday game and I'm going to be leaving because I have to get up for this job. I'll leave in like the 6th or 7th inning. Then I'll take it because I'm not going anywhere else after. It's easy. If I'm going on a weekend Saturday night game and I'm definitely going out afterwards, there's no way I'm carrying around some ceramic mug.
Rick doesn't carry coffee mugs to the bars.
Absolutely not. And then all my friends take them and they're like, wow, I wish I didn't take this. And they made fun of me for not taking it, just like everyone else probably
Well, you
is
can't
now.
give them away to other fans, but I guess
everyone else gets them.
Oh, isn't it only like the first 30,000?
They say that, but I've never not gotten one.
Really?
Oh, I gave Beer Cats, I guess it was the second day of the Dotem, and we had 4 tickets to a Cardinal game that night, which obviously everybody playing couldn't go. So Beer Cats said, I'll go. I said, you just got to come out to the course. We're up on hole 12. Just get a golf cart, come on out to 12, and I have them for you. I said, all I ask is that I have to get one of the giveaways. You have 4 free tickets. I get one of the giveaways for Gobble Bowl. They got to the game a half hour before the game. By the time they got in the gate, they were all gone.
Yeah.
So.
Or that's what he told you. He wanted to keep all 4 of the giveaways.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Grown adults.
Yeah.
What about them?
Want to resell bobbleheads. Like that's why we get $3 million in the door.
You can't hate on the hustle.
No, not at all.
Those Yeti giveaways got big crowds, too.
Oh, yeah.
I was there for one of those nights, and I thought, I wonder what's going on downtown. Look at these people. And it was 2 hours before the game. There was a lineup half a mile long, it seemed.
Yeah, that's just...
To make sure they got there in time to get a Yeti cooler.
Oh, if they could give away a bag of air, as long as the bag had a St. Louis Cardinal emblem on it.
Hilljacks love free stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't everybody?
I do. I like something for free.
I don't like to wait in line for 3 hours to get my free stuff, though.
No, there's a lot.
Especially when the free stuff is plastic with what? Like a spring load in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
it's like
collect
a 50-cent. No, I know. The collectibles are different. These people that resell them are weird. It's just a weird hobby.
Yeah, I don't know how they make any money because you got to pay taxes on it. You have to ship it. And I'm talking about the guys that they have those $4 tickets in the nosebleed seat specials. And they do it on a Friday and Saturday, too, for some reason. But they will just buy 80 tickets. And they get 3 or 4 kids to go with them and go in and outside the turnstile until they get all 80 of their bobbleheads. And then walk out with 2 bags full. And they put them on eBay. So if you even can sell one of these bobbleheads, if they're nothing big, sell it for $35, $40. $10 shipping and handling, you pay cash, and what are you getting, like $8 a bobblehead?
Seems like a lot of work for very little payback.
But they do it. I got pictures of them. I sit out there and smoke before the game, and I just take pictures. Another big giveaway tonight. There's a guy with just 2 bags of bobbleheads walk
Seems
out.
like you could work a couple hours at QT and make the same amount of money for a lot less work.
Yeah, that's work. But the guy selling them doesn't do any work. He just hands the kids the tickets when they come back out the turnstile. Yeah. They walk by him, they hand him the bobblehead, and he hands them another ticket. They just in and out.
Well, fellas, we could all head to Bangkok, Thailand, because Burger King is debuting a new burger, pushing the limits of dairy, dropping a new burger with no patty, Doug, and 20 slices of cheese.
Oh.
It's called a Ladyboy?
It's not a burger.
It's called the Real Cheeseburger.
Isn't that just grilled cheese at that point?
Bun filled with nearly 24 slices of American cheese.
Not melted cheese either, it doesn't look
The
like.
chain's social media blast says the cheesy exclusive is only available until Thursday, so we're going to have to get to Bangkok quickly. And it's going for just over $3.
It's disgusting. Take a bite of that much cheese. It'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
$3 for that much cheese?
Yeah, 20 slices of American cheese between 2 buns.
What is that in Bangkokian money?
109 Thai baht, BAHT, 109
bahts.
BAHT.
$3 American.
Yeah, $3 American.
I mean, has it really come to that where we just want to bite into a chunk of cheese?
Dude,
with a
I
bun
work at
on it?
Burger King, man.
Really?
Don't do that.
You would never. You could. I mean, I guess you could just custom make that yourself, right, Plock?
Yeah, and I just don't get the hype of just. I don't like American cheese, anyways.
Ooh,
that's a take. I can't eat mac and cheese even if it's American cheese style. I just don't. I guess I'm a cheese connoisseur over my time.
Oh, are you?
I very much have dabbled in a lot of different cheeses. So like American cheese is like, you know.
You enjoy fine meats and cheeses.
yeah. You strike me as a Munster guy.
Yeah.
Love Munster.
How
Love
about
chunks.
Limburger?
I don't like Limburger.
Isn't that American cheese you got in your Lunchables you bring in here?
I don't do the like.
You don't do the club sandwich.
I don't do
one.
the 2 cheese pizza one has
That's mozzarella.
cheddar and mozzarella. So no cheddar, and I don't do like the cracker, but the cracker one do have thick American cheese. I just don't like the smell, the taste. I feel like there are better cheeses out there.
Yeah, well, Burger King's going to stake its future on it.
I mean, Doug, just
doesn't
look
it
at
seem like Burger Kings are kind of struggling? There's a couple that I know of that have closed down.
I don't know why, because the Whoppers are tremendous.
the one on Hampton has never. There's no one ever in that line. The one-
Did you know Subway's catching up to McDonald's? Anybody know that Subway is like sneaky, like one of the biggest? Because
It's bigger.
I
It
never
has the
get
most
it.
locations out of any
Most
of them.
location, I think it grosses the most. I forgot
think
what
it's a lot easier to get a franchise. They're far less expensive.
Insane how
Yeah.
I did not know they were worth that much. They're everywhere.
I couldn't think of a sandwich I would rather have less.
Than a Subway?
Yes.
Especially in St. Louis with so many good. We're talking
Oh, yeah.
Rossi's. I mean,
And they're no cheaper than.
No.
You know, I got
not even
I got an
close.
Amaghetti special. Saturday, I was out somewhere and I was driving home or something.
That was the day you were at Munganess slinging.
Oh yeah,
slinging
on my way home from Munganess, I stopped and got an Amaghetti because I was on Manchester anyway. So I said, let's go further down Manchester. I feel like an Amaghetti's. An Amaghetti's is cheaper than a Subway 6 foot long.
Well, Subway, if you want double meat, which if you don't get double meat, you're just eating bread. It's like $15.
Right. And Paul, can you think about, because it does have more locations worldwide than McDonald's, the most for the fast
Wow.
food chains. But you think of every single shopping mall has a Subway in it. Almost every airport has a Subway in it, whereas McDonald's not necessarily the case.
They're not bad. I mean, I get it with a little vinegar and oil, a little salt and pepper.
You know what
Just
really
get the Italian combo.
Depends on how
pisses
hungry
me
you are.
off about Subway is me and Madison got Subway coupons in the mail the other day. And we just said, we typically always throw the coupons away. We're like, hey, Subway, that'd be kind of fun. We haven't had it in a long time. The 3 locations we went to do not accept coupons. And I'm thinking, like, this is a bait and switch.
Yeah. Really?
This is getting
What
you
do you mean
in
they
the
don't
door.
accept
Well, they're individually
two
owned.
of the
Right,
three,
that's
two
the
of the
thing.
3 have signs on the door that says we do not accept coupons.
So
I
you
didn't even walk
drove
in.
to 3 different ones to save a couple bucks?
I mean, there's one right by my house. We didn't do it all 3 in succession, so we've tried to use the coupon for the last like week and a half. 2
Are they
weeks.
expired?
No, they just don't allow coupons.
Fellas, I know we were all wondering what Mr. Fong, owner of the Dildo Shop's top 3 fast foods are. Chick-fil-A says by a landslide, Burger King, and then White Castle.
Not even. Oh my God, you don't even have the best one on there.
What's this? What is
it's,
it?
it's Culver's for one.
That's
Steak.
kind of halfway fast food and halfway not.
Oh, I think it's fast food. If
Oh,
Chick-fil-A is considered fast food, then so would
Culver's, Steak and Shake.
Steak and
Ooh.
Shake is all but gone.
The one in Hampton's still popping.
Hampton's fire.
Is it?
Yeah.
But that one's individual. That's like independently owned.
Yeah.
I may do a Rowley's in there.
Good French fry.
I can't do McDonald's, Burger King. Like, there's about a 40 or it's like a baseball. That's like, it's about, you're right about 30% of the time. It's about what those
How
are.
about Fazoli's? You like Fazoli's?
Oh, God.
One of the, I can't explain or express my hatred for this city after that one, the best sandwich.
What Fazoli's did?
Right?
No, it was
No, it was Biscotti's.
Biscotti's, yeah,
Oh,
sweetbread.
All those are the same. They're all
Well,
the same.
Fazoli's is like a chain across the nation. That's like Olive Garden.
Fast food Italian.
That's why I hate driving down Hampton. All those fast food places back traffic up out onto the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got rid of the Jack in the Box.
That Panda Express by the Target.
Oh yeah, right there right by the
I like
Target.
that. Is that fast food? Would that be
Panda's
considered?
amazing.
If it has a drive-through, right?
I'd much rather have that than a greasy
But that
burger
Panda
and
is
fries.
pointless because have you ever been to the drive-through and had somebody park in the parking spot? You're blocking them from
I know what
getting
you're
out.
talking
Yeah,
about.
you can't. At some
Now we're
point, you
narrowcasting.
can't get out of the parking lot because people are blocking you with the. That is a horribly located Panda Express.
I'm
Bill.
going to give a suggestion too, because usually when I go to Andy's, there's one right by my house.
Right there in Dorset.
It forces it. I want better custard, so I go to
Ted Drew's.
Ted Drew's, even though it's further. Because even with 100 people in line at Ted Drew's, I can get a frozen custard in like
Absolutely.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
I was at Andy's the other day, and again, because it's right by my house, and there were 3 cars in line. I waited 35 minutes. They don't have a window where you can't order when you pull up to the menu. You look at the menu, see what you want, and then you have to pull up to the pay window to order. And if
Did
you
you
got
forget
more
what you want?
If you got more than just one thing,
Well, sure.
this guy had 9 bags handed out to him.
Oh,
I'm like, come on,
I
man,
can
go
see where you're
inside and
hopping
do
mad
it.
about this.
Go inside and do it. And you're right, Jackson. I forgot. I got up there and I said, I forgot what the name of it is. I said, it's the thing with the strawberries and the bananas and the hot fudge and, the snowy bunny. I said, I don't know what the name of it is.
Snowy bunny.
I forgot.
They should at least have another menu there.
I've
when
been in
you order.
in line so long, I forgot what the name of the thing is.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a place where you drive through and you don't order until you get up to the pay window.
That is odd. My friend sold 16 McDonald's franchises, and let's just say he's not worried about the water bill. Joya's is the Sub Palace of St. Louis, hot salami and boys. It's from Flocky the Smurf.
Oh.
Joya's is on the
16
top.
McDonald's. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it'd be
would-
worth millions.
Yeah.
Millions.
That'd be huge.
Yeah, Joya's is a top 10er, for sure.
Top 10? Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's not
So is
making
that
the Mount
fast food?
Rushmore.
I don't think
No,
that's what
No.
people
if we're talking about
sandwiches.
We're talking about sandwiches.
Yeah, Joy's, Blue City Deli,
Legrand's.
Grand's.
Adriana, and you have Grassi's, and you also have Gramophone in there as well.
I don't know if Pumpernickel's still around, but they have a great pastrami sandwich.
And I gotta be honest, I'm throwing Jersey Mike's in my top 10.
In St. Louis sandwich places?
Yep.
Best of luck to you for the rest of the afternoon,
But
brother.
we named 7. We named 6 or 7 of them, and after that, you're stretching to Mom's Deli is. I can't get over how overrated that is. So I don't want that in my top 10. So like, where are you picking from at that point?
How about
Then you're at the
Evaldi's on the hill, Adriana's.
Lion's
See, I
Choice
can't- I
used to
haven't
have a
had-
good reputation, but it's kind of fallen by the
Grassi's.
People don't talk
I
about
think
Lion's
Grassi's
Choice the way they
Namagetti's.
used to.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Lion's
would
Choice
consider
is
that
good.
close to fast food and like a local sandwich place. I know it's a regional to St. Louis, but it is kind of, more fast food. It's still, tasty as all get. I haven't had a Lion's Choice sandwich in so long. It's
Yeah,
really good.
I don't know why I
But
never think of that.
in comparison to Jersey Mike's is better than a Subway and better than a Quiznos. It's better than
Jimmy
any
John's?
It's better than Jimmy John's for sure.
I love Jimmy John's.
Are there any Quiznos left?
No, I think that's actually a chain that's done, right?
I'm sure there's still a couple Quiznos out there.
But in terms of the fast food chain sandwich shops, Jersey Mike's got it going on.
I was going to try Firehouse Sub.
Really good.
The other day. Because
expensive.
another one on Dorset. But I looked at their menu, and just for like an Italian sandwich with roast beef and ham or whatever, it's like $14.95 for a foot-long sandwich.
Inflation.
It's way too expensive.
Wouldn't that one, is it Popeyes? No,
Oh, God.
Popeyes.
Popeye's chicken sandwich.
I have to
Great.
draw the line at Popeyes.
I like
Wrong
Popeyes.
guy, that's not what I meant.
Oh, good.
What is the one right by the Treats Unleashed, right by us? That's
Potbelly.
Potbelly. Dude, they're Italian. Had it the other day for the first time. Fire.
Yeah, Potbelly's is good.
It is very good.
So I guess you do. I guess Jersey Mike's may not be in the top 10 if you kind of weasel in the.
I don't know what this means, but Sonia says you can't sleep on Dairy Queen chicken strip basket with Texas toast and white gravy.
Don't sleep on it.
It's actually pretty good.
Actually, that white gravy don't play.
You like
at
dipping
all.
chicken into white gravy, Doug?
Maybe once upon a time. I don't do it anymore. That's why I don't eat sub sandwiches. I don't want all that bread.
Right.
See what you do with that meal. This is what I used to do in Canton to make it a full blown. You ask for extra toast, which they don't charge. Then you shred the chicken breast or the chicken tender into like little, maybe even slices, what have you.
Then what?
Put the gravy as a base. You put the chicken, and then put the more gravy, and then put
Where do you
another
put that?
piece of toast. You have 2 fat chicken sandwiches
How's that
with gravy.
taste?
You're a regular Gordon Ramsay.
fire.
With gravy, all with gravy
just
on top
dripping
of it.
down. Usually I put hot sauce on that bee too.
Just
Woo!
anytime you put gravy on anything, I feel like you're really jumping the shark in terms of the nutritional
I guess
value.
you can
cheat
do it
day.
when you're 5'10", 115 pounds.
You still think
You know,
you're a $115?
Oh yeah, for sure. No way. I think KG took Gail home. Smart man.
Do you think there's just like one day where like you'll wake up and you'll be like a $140, and then like 2 months later you'll be $170, or is this
I bet
just
you I'm
it?
gonna be rocking a 135 stature in my later days.
Probably
It'd be about right.
Yeah, I mean you're what 33 now.
34.
34 now, so it's not like when's the shoe gonna drop?
When's the pot belly?
Well,
gonna
there's a
come
lot
into
of
play?
people that don't get the pot belly until well after 33.
Well, that's what I meant. Maybe in 10 or 15 years I sprout.
Yeah.
Every time I hear the word gravy, I think of Sopranos. I don't know. I guess that's what Italians call
The
it.
sauce.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big debate. Is it
gravy.
sauce or gravy?
Good gravy tonight, Skip.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
Right. There's a hot debate in the Italian food community if it's sauce or gravy. Texas Roadhouse Country Fried Chicken with white gravy gave me my first heart attack. It's from Flip Wilson.
How about that place in Illinois, that Lottahatchee?
Lottawada Creek.
Yeah, how's that? I see the commercials.
Portions that'll feed a family.
Yeah, they're more the portions than
Load it
the
up.
taste isn't terrible. I'll give you that.
You've been there?
Oh yeah, because I lived when I first moved here. I lived in
Fairview
Fairview
Heights,
Heights, so it was like right in my neck of the woods.
And they get just tons of food, fried,
Dude,
all
you
of
should
it?
feel the amount of weight of to-go food that you get.
Oh.
It's quite impressive.
Look at this back-to-back
and
text.
And you guys wonder why they give out XXL shirts at the
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
A couple good texts back-to-back. I'll tell you, if you want the most delicious footlong in St. Louis, you unzip Doug's khakis. That's from Marvin
I
Florissant.
beg. Well, who said that?
And then
Who said that, Jackson?
Marvin Florissant.
Marvin Florissant, you've been suspended for the comment. You've been suspended for the comment a period of 2 days' time. And your name, as we speak, is going into the suspension logule. No, I don't expect it does feel real good.
I love a good Lions choice, though.
Oh yeah, I can't believe that one on closed in
There's one right up here on Olive.
Manchester.
So when I go
Florissant,
to-
Florissant. Is that Florissant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Flor, IASSANT.
I think I told this story before, but when we went to
Marv, is that M-A-R-V?
Yeah.
Okay.
N-I-N.
What do you care?
Because they're going into this logule.
what?
Come on, Doug, you're blocking his story.
It's a binder.
Okay, get on to your little story.
No, when we the two things my sister and brother-in-law miss about being in Florida from St. Louis is Emo's Pizza and Lion's Choice and White Castle.
That would be three things.
All right, I forgot about White Castle.
Is this when you had to take White Castle?
I had to take
Gatlinburg?
all that stuff down to Gatlinburg.
Oh,
he wanted 10 Lion's Choice. My sister wanted 2 pizzas from Emo's, and my brother-in-law wanted a family pack of
How do you
White
keep
Castles.
it warm for the whole trip?
I put it on ice.
That's how he kept it warm.
That seemed like it would, yeah.
I had a cooler, and I just
Wouldn't
put them
keep it
all
very
in the
warm.
cooler. And by the time we
No,
got down
but
to
it's so
Gatlinburg,
cold it creates the heat.
well, by the time we got to Gatlinburg, half the ice was melting. You got White Castle boxes floating in there.
Soggy White Castles
He goes,
are always the
I
best.
bring
Oh,
my
could
I'm
you
sorry, man.
imagine
Some of them are floating. Us. They'll dry out.
They don't have pizza
Oh.
in Gatlinburg?
Yeah, but my sister loves Emo's Pizza.
Doug, you ever dry a couple sandwiches out on the deck?
No.
Waiting for them to dry.
Throw them away.
Put him
Well,
on
those
his, put him on
aren't
his
gonna work.
bed like you eat your sandwiches. Put him on a bed and let him dry out
I
on the bed.
love that idea.
From KG
That I
in
can get on
O-Town,
board
here
with.
comes the stinky car story going to Gatlinburg. That's from KG in
Yeah,
O-Town.
I pretty much said. I think I've told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again.
Here we go with the Brittany Beef story. It's from Aunt Peg.
No, I didn't talk the Brittany B story. That was in high school or grade school when I used to run the clock for the St. Mary
Would you-
Magdalene games.
Would you ever expect someone, even a family member, to drive 200 or 300 miles to bring you old food?
White
fast
Castle.
We
food?
were all going to Gatlinburg for family reunion, and my brother-in-law said, "Can you pick this up for me and bring it down to Gatlinburg?"
Is this when you smoked in somebody's car you weren't supposed to smoke in?
Yeah, it was a rental car.
You air those things
Wasn't my
out.
rental car. Yeah, we had enough cars down there, so for the week of there, I just let the windows down and the nice smoky mountain breeze coming through the car, and it aired it out.
Let me guess. The car smelled like White Castle onions for a week. Never heard this one before. It's from Alan Dadeville.
Why don't you finish telling the story, Dick?
Hey, Jackson, just now tuning in. Keenwet plows, you know the skeleton animation is all the whack again. Oops, sorry, Darren. That's just Iggy telling the Emo's Pizza and the cooler story again. It's from MJ from the wealthy part of North City.
Yeah, again, you bitch about the
They really
stories.
don't
You've heard
like
it
that
before. I
story.
told that maybe a year ago, but you'll go back and listen to TMA all day and listen to a segment you heard like 4 weeks ago and love it.
I don't mind the stories being retold.
No. The Gatlinburg White Castle story is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of repeats, along with the pontoon beach exploding House of Dildos tale. That's from Manute Bowl Eligible.
I think I've only told that a couple of times.
This Gatlinburg trip, it must have been quite memorable. It must have been a heck of a vacation.
It was a fun vacation.
Have you thought about going back?
It was a terrible trout fishing vacation. 6 days of trout fishing. I never saw a trout. It's supposed to be the trout capital of the world, and I didn't see a trout.
Probably in the wrong place.
Well, we were. And I found out later that there's only really 2 spots they stock fish. And they stock them on a Thursday or a Wednesday, and you can't fish on Thursday. You have to wait till Friday to fish. A day after they stock it, you can't fish that day. You got to wait till the next day.
Because it'd be too easy? They're not moving or something?
Yeah, because as soon as they stock it, you just throw something in, they're going to catch them all. But end up what happened, people go back and fish the next day in these 2 spots, and they catch them all. It's fished out. There's no fish left.
Yeah.
So when I said I never saw a trout, you went the wrong days. How can it be the trout? You say you're the trout capital of the country, and you can catch fish for 2 days, and they're all gone?
Marketing.
So I went to the park where there's wild trout. I didn't see any in there either. But other than that, I mean, we had cookouts on we rented this house that went all the way around. This balcony went all the way around the house. So you could see through the front, and you could see in the back in the Smoky Mountains, and we'd barbecue and then go down and have a fire in the middle of the backyard. And yeah, it was just a fun, relaxing time. A lot of fudge and moonshine.
A lot of fudge.
A lot of fudge and moonshine. Shopping.
And apparently White Castle burgers. They were a little old.
Oh, he ate them as soon as we got there. First thing I did was to pour scotch, and he ate White Castle.
8 of them.
Hey, guys, my last name is Trout. It's in the 314.
Okay. Is that Mike?
Ken's like a big Hoosier goldfish. That's from Arbor Day.
No, I slashed the hell out of my knee down there, too. We were wading this one stream, and I had shorts on. I didn't bring my waders. I didn't figure we were going to be wading in streams. And I slipped, and there was a big rock, and it just cut the front of my leg. I had blood everywhere.
No.
Oh, good. All right, that's going to
There you
shut
go. You
down.
heard that story? I don't think I've ever told that one.
It's
That's
going
a
to
nice one.
That one's good.
shut down our 8 o'clock hour here. It's 9:15 a.m. We'll have the design, air, heating, and cooling email today coming up on the other side of the break. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
And it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on. And that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Adkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
There's always been a lot more riding on Metro Transit than people. Like hundreds of careers with competitive pay, training, opportunities for overtime, and real benefits that really benefit your family. But hey, right now there's even more. A $5,000 signing bonus. We are hiring everyone from Metro Coloride, Metrobus, and Metrolink operators to electricians and mechanics. Learn more at workatmetrostl.com and ride on to a real future. Workatmetrostl.com.
I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. It's no secret that in today's market, buying a home can be a daunting task. Inventory is near record lows and home prices are still near record highs. At thehomeloanexpert.com, we are here to help. We have loan programs for almost everyone, and with our 10-day closing guarantee, your offer is sure to stand out. If you're even considering buying a home, let's talk. It all starts now at thehomeloanexpert.com. NMLS number 1326241.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, HD1 by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Butter me up, Daddy.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
We are the Cardinals. We want to win. Now is the time the playoffs begin. Summer is over. Around October. The quest for the best will put you to the test. The chase is on. The chase is on. It's playoff baseball. The chase is on. The chase is on. The chase is on.
More lyrics.
It's 2013.
Let's get that 12th ring.
Come on, get rowdy, get loud. Let's hear you scream. Let's hear you shout. Get loud. Let's hear you scream. Come on, get rowdy, get loud. Let's hear you scream. Let's hear you shout. Get loud. Let's hear you scream.
Yeah.
Come on, get rowdy.
Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We're in the 9 o'clock hour. The chase is on, and the chase is on for Mark Hanna because he's on the phone lines right now. Mark Hanna, How are you, brother?
Morning. Was that like a falsetto? Is that what you would call the tone of voice that he was using?
I think you're right. It's certainly not a soprano.
It's a real rich voice.
Yeah, it was. That's a real lyricist. That's a real warbler right there, Mark Cannon. I won't have you tell me any different.
No.
Sounds painful. I think he'd be done with that song and have to catch his breath after all of that hollering out loud.
Mark, what's your musical career look like? I know you're a world-class financial advisor, but do you have any experience in the musical world?
You know what? I'm sitting here staring at the guitar I bought for myself, acoustic guitar I bought during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I got, I believe, 4 chords, and I can sometimes string them together into something that somewhat resembles music. So if anybody ever wants to hear it, I'm sorry, you're never going to hear me play this thing because I am just that bad.
Well, we need a guitar because Doug is obviously on the licorice stick. I played the alto sax. We have Rocky on the tuba. Flowhawk, you strike me as a trumpet guy.
That correct, till 8th grade.
Yeah, I think Tim was also a trumpet guy, and then Iggy, of course, on the vocals. So I think we could have a really nice little folk band. Little folk band, yeah. Do some
right.
bluegrass.
Let's sign this operation up.
Yeah, now we're talking. Mark, tell us a little bit about the differences in people that you work with, like someone like me who's just getting started versus somebody who's like in their mid to late 40s or towards closer to the end of their career, and how you can help those people differently.
I think of all of our lives as kind of like a journey, and we have different seasons to that life. So when someone's starting out, there are certain foundational steps that fit. Building amount of cash in the bank, starting to put some money aside for the longer term, start the tax planning, maybe have some insurance. And then as we go through our lives and we have different developments, maybe it's buying a house, having kids, changing jobs, getting married, all of these things. These are the certain turning points that I think of it that we want to make sure that our finances are integrated in the right way, so that you can make sure that you are prepared for what is to come, whether it's the things that you want to happen or the things that happen without being prepared for it, those unforeseen things. So at each stage and for each individual in each family, there are certain wise decisions that should be made, and it's very circumstantial. So in mid-career, these are the times that things get very pinched with kids' expenses and paying down mortgage and still needing to look ahead towards things like college expenses for kids or retirement. Towards the end, how can you make sure that you're getting things put aside in the right way so that you can turn off your work paycheck and then you can draw on your assets? And so for each of those stages, each of those seasons in life, I think it's important to have a plan and to come at your decisions in the right way and to piece together all of those different pieces of your financial picture so that you can make sure that you are on track towards those goals.
Wow.
I worry about the stock market a little more than I should. You've scolded me about this, worrying about it day to day. But over the last month, this year, it's on a nice upward trend. What has caused that?
Well, it's all cyclical. We have pullbacks in the stock market that happen occasionally. They are normal. Statistically, we have pullbacks every year of more than 10% if you look at the historical data. So if we know that things are going to pull back, then we also know that they are going to recover in time. Why did they recover? Because stocks are basically companies. You own companies that are making money, selling their products, and trying to grow as much as they can. So if you have the plan that you aren't going to be touching your stock market money in the short term, you can weather that storm, wait it out, because it will inevitably come back. What are the reasons? Well, it's usually because, I think Jackson put it once, about things shift too far one direction or the other. So panic fear drives a lot of overreaction. So if the market pulls back by 30%, does that mean that the economy is going to be hurt by 30% permanently? No, it doesn't. What it means is that fear and panic have driven things. Well, we've witnessed that companies continue to make money. We've witnessed that inflation is starting to subside. We've witnessed that a lot of these factors, these headwinds that cause these fears in the short term have started to subside, and that's where we start to get recovery. What is to come? Who knows? There's going to be good. There's going to be bad. So by overreacting in the short term and by being reactive to shorter term dynamics, it derails the whole long-term plan of accumulation, and that's why you got to make sure that you're prepared for both the short and the long term.
Oh, it sounds like you're saying the thing to do is day trading and sell multiple stocks every day.
And daily fantasy,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
That lottery tickets. This I think this text right here, Mark, really puts a nice bow on it. It's from Flip Wilson. Mark Hanna uses more than 4 chords to handle my finances. That guy is basically the Clapton of finances.
Oh, is he the Eric Clapton of finances?
Yeah, and he's also
And
the great
Ronald
communicator.
Reagan of communicator. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
That,
that's
when you
a
put that combination together,
Yeah.
you get the great Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. You can visit him online at evergreenstl.com. Mark Hanna, thank you so much for joining us, sir.
See you guys. Great day.
All right,
See you later,
thank you,
brother.
Hansy.
That's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. We are back in the Ryan Kelly Morning After Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up pretty soon here in about 20 minutes. Even less. And you can sign up to be the TMA Listener of the Month presented by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. You just go to tmastl.com. It takes about 2, maybe 3 minutes to do it, and then you're signed up, and you have a chance to join the greats like Beer Cats and Buck Swope and Natty Nate and Brian Henshin and Caller Buzz and Stephen Wildwood. All the greats in there. Why don't you join up, get a sweet Milagro prize pack and an exclusive TMA hat. Doug, the NFL has selected the New York Jets for Hard Knocks. Privately, the Jets have been bracing for an involuntary Hard Knocks assignment for weeks. They no longer have to. The NFL has selected the Jets to be on the program for 2023 training camp. A league source confirmed to Pro Football Talk on Wednesday morning. Of the teams that could be compelled to do the program, the Jets always seemed like the most likely choice. The Saints, Bears, and Commanders also fit the criteria, but those teams did not trade for 4-time MVP quarterback Aaron Rodgers this season. So now NFL Films cameras will capture what should be a compelling training camp for the New York Jets.
Are you telling me teams don't have a choice?
I don't know what the deal
They're
is on the
assigned it
selection.
by the NFL?
I guess.
Why would any team want that kind of invasion?
I know. Well, I mean, I guess for like some players, like individually, you can kind of boost your kind of equity within like fans knowing who you are, like your
Yes.
notoriety.
But you know for sure that the players don't get to decide.
And the coaches, I'm sure, don't like it at all.
No, I wouldn't think so.
They're trying to, it's hard enough running a training camp for hundreds of grown men playing football.
Now you got to watch every word you say. And
Right.
Hope you don't leak something
Right.
or say something that someone's going to find offensive.
And it comes out so quickly, too, that, like, you have to be wary. I mean, it's incredible what the Hard Knocks people do in terms of the editing and turning it around so quickly as they do. But still, at the same time, it would probably give you pause. And Aaron Rodgers, who's, well, publicly says he's not one for the BS, seems to be really into the BS. I probably isn't super thrilled about it, but I know that would get me to watch.
I suppose just the fact that it's done by the NFL, who's
NFL
trying to make a
Films.
team look good, rather than some media outlet that would look for any scandal they could find.
Right, yeah,
That's got to help.
it's NFL Films through HBO doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the NFL certainly would not want, especially the New York Jets playing in the #1 media market and now having Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I don't think that they want to portray them in a bad
You
light.
think Rodgers will make them a different team? They got to be better with him. But
Yeah, they were pretty good last season without him, and now they have him. They got a great young core. Plowhawk, are you? What do you think? You think New York's getting the best version of Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I mean, the weapons are there. I think they'll win 8 or 9 games. I could see that. Running back coming off an injury.
Brees Hall
got a stud
got Garrett
defense.
Wilson.
They still have Joe Klecko.
Apparently, he's pissed though. Aaron Rodgers is about Hard Knocks.
What's new?
They wanted to keep less distractions in the locker room. And now
They're going to want to be in his face all the time.
that's all they're going to want to do.
Right.
And Zach Wilson. How do you like being the backup at the #2 pick? Right.
Sit there and pout all the time, knowing you're never going to play.
Hung out with Joe Klecko in Bermuda.
Oh, okay. Let's hear this story, please.
That was the same family who was friends with Joe Biden, so I met him a couple of times. They were also friends with Joe Klecko, and they brought them down to Bermuda.
Joe Klecko was a great defensive tackle for the New York Jets when they were the New York Sack Exchange. He and Mark Gaston.
That's a great nickname. That's a great nickname.
You not heard of that before?
Yeah,
they were the New York Sack Exchange.
That's up there. That's all time. Mrs. Jenny Shanahan gives us some nice because I know I've heard the circumstances you'd have to be to qualify for Hard Knocks, but I forgot. But he lays it out. Teams are exempt from being forced to participate for these three circumstances. They have appeared in the, he doesn't say this, but I believe he means playoffs. They have appeared in the playoffs in the past 10 years. They have a first-year head coach, or they reached the playoffs in either of the two preceding seasons. I'm sorry. They have appeared on the show.
Right. Yeah, why would the playoffs matter?
That's what, apologies. They have appeared on Hard Knocks in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
They have a first-year head coach, or they reached the playoffs in either of the two preceding seasons. So they're looking for teams that haven't been on there with an established head coach who have not made the playoffs in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
Some coach who knows what to expect with everything that's going to be thrown at him.
Yeah. I mean, that might get me to watch it. I haven't watched Hard Knocks in a couple years. That was kind of because I really hated the NFL. Like the first year after the Rams left, guess who was on Hard Knocks? The Rams. Yeah, so I was not going to watch that.
No.
And I watched a little bit of the Dan Campbell Lions one, but this would certainly, I mean, I think that's pretty interesting because you got young guys on top of Aaron Rodgers being there. Plus, are you a little nervous about the Packers? I have a bet with my buddy Herb, who is a big Packer fan. I have a bet that the Bears are going to finish with a better record.
They will not. I've watched the Bears. Justin Fields as a running back, as a quarterback. I don't think they have the weapons. I think the Packers will win 8. They got the Bears at 6.
Okay, the Vegas right now has the Packers with the worst odds to win the NFC North. Do you know who has the best odds?
The Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they should.
I think that's weird, man.
It is weird because
it's upside down is what it is.
Yeah.
It is, but you got to have the changing of the guard eventually. I like the rebuild. I'm really hoping Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps. I think that's what it is in order to get their first-round pick, whatever that might be. So
yeah, you're kind of rooting for him to play.
Kind of want them to be somewhat successful. Get a top 15 pick. You have 2 picks in the top 20 would be great.
I'm going to miss the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. He was the franchise for so long.
I've been spoiled, though, so I can't complain, but I felt the same way with Brett Favre, but I didn't have the same, excitement for the Jordan Love era as I did for the Aaron Rodgers era. I can hold my breath.
But do you think, like, before Aaron Rodgers took his first snap as the starter, you were really fired up for this guy?
No, because I love Brett Favre.
Right. So
Thankfully, now that I know what kind of person Brett Favre is, now I can transition to Aaron Rodgers being my favorite Packer, because Brett Favre is a scumbag.
Oh.
But, I wasn't thrilled, wasn't excited for the Aaron Rodgers era, but, he came out guns blazing.
Right. Are you a little disappointed that with arguably two of the best quarterbacks in the history of the game, only 2 Super Bowls between them? It's obviously very difficult to win a Super Bowl.
Seeing one is just fine for me. So I've seen 2. I'm cool with that. I saw him in there 3 times. Saw him get, handed one from the Broncos. But yeah, I would not. I'm not disappointed. But football is hard, man. Just that the organization didn't surround Rodgers with much talent. So I would think that was a huge factor in it as well.
We are all super excited about this Hard Knocks discussion. Save it for Balloon Party Piddles. Tired of it.
Oh,
what do you want us to talk about? Me and Doug were contemplating playing best ofs at the 8:30 mark. So.
Is anyone on the dais as butthurt as the fan page losers about St. Louis Chiefs fans? It's from the Concord Cock. I think what he's saying is that people are butthurt that people in St. Louis are Chiefs fans. Is that what I'm picking up from that?
I guess.
The ones that, if you're a lifelong Chief fan, completely different than being a Rams fan and deciding to be a Chief fan. To me, that is
you have a problem with that?
I think it's not being a fan.
But you can't be a Rams fan anymore.
Correct.
Maybe they just love NFL football and they got to find a place to go. And
That's
it happens
fine,
that the
but
best team is 4 hours away.
Your fandom is fake. It's a fake fandom. It is.
You can't switch teams?
You can try to cheer on another team as much as you want, learn their history, go to games.
Yeah.
You're still not a fan of that team.
So you're not allowed to ever switch teams?
It's a secondary pick. I don't think you should be able to, especially a lifelong fan. Absolutely
Even
not.
if there's no team here to root for?
Yeah, you picked the worst one, too, the one that hated you guys the most and wanted your team out.
No, I know.
If you're furious about...
Yeah, but they're not cheering for the owner.
Yeah, you are. You're,
I mean, indirectly.
dude, you're absolutely trading for the owner. If
Well,
you're going to a game,
indirectly,
you're
but
spending
that's
money
not
on
their motive.
merchandise.
No. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, KG.
But
Because
you don't go to a game or not go to a game because of the owner.
Not usually, but
I don't
like
step foot in Busch Stadium. It's not because of the players on the field.
Really?
I hate
the
Jumbo
Bobbleheads
Zilla. I'll
built.
never give a penny to that
He's not
guy.
the owner.
I don't care. The owner, president of baseball, I never give money to Cardinals. I haven't spent money on a game in a couple of years. I'll go for free tickets, absolutely, but I ain't giving my money to them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hear what you're saying, KG. Like, because like I have friends who still like the Rams, and I think that they're just charlatans, but whatever. Yeah. But they're like, well, I'm not like a fan of the owner. I'm a fan of the players. It wasn't their choice. And I was like, I get that, but for me, like, it's impossible to remove that.
Sure.
Like, I can't separate.
And I don't care for the Rams because of that too. But I understand people that like the Chiefs. You got Mahomes and Kelsey,
yeah.
personalities.
It's super easy to like.
Yeah, but that's you cherry picking a good team to rah for. It makes sense that the Ram fans would still be Rams fans because it's the players there, and I know the roster switched a ton from St. Louis to LA.
There's probably none left. Are there any
You
left?
still had Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald and Havenstein last year was an offensive
It makes
lineman.
more sense to keep your fandom with a team in a different city than it is to completely change your fandom to a team in a different city that isn't the team you rooted
The
for.
team that left turned their back on you. It's like saying you got divorced, so now you can't ever date another woman.
But you said not to cheer for the owner, that you're not cheering for the owner, but you're indirectly saying the players are the ones that decided to move. No, the owner decided
I never
to move.
said that.
So no, I'm saying that's why Ram fans from St. Louis are Ram fans in LA, because it wasn't the players' idea. The reason why I don't think you should be a Chiefs fan, because the Chiefs owner directly wanted you guys out of St. Louis to go to LA to have a
For
bigger
business
market
reasons.
share.
Yeah, for business reasons.
Love it or not.
I could see how you could not be a Chiefs fan because of that. I could see people say, I'm not a Chiefs fan because of what they did. I get that. But I can also understand people who just really enjoy NFL football and the atmosphere and think it's a fun weekend to go to Kansas City to watch the Chiefs play.
Would agree. I think there's a difference between like being like a passive Chiefs fan who watches the Chiefs every week, because I don't know because I don't have cable, but I'm sure that whenever Chiefs play, it's on one of the cable channels here.
Yeah, pretty much every week.
Channel 4 has them almost every
Channel
week.
4, yeah.
In fact, they're the team that's been assigned to our area.
Really,
by the NFL.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So, like, I understand from that standpoint, people being like that, but, like, when I see on Instagram you, like, sharing the graphics of the Chiefs thing, like, I find that to be super annoying. But listen, it's what do I care? But
did you root for the Cardinals, Arizona, when Kurt Warner went there?
In the Super Bowl, I wanted them to beat the Steelers so Kurt Warner could get another ring, for sure.
Yeah, I rooted
so
for
you were
him.
still rooting for a team that left here?
I was not born when the Cardinals left St. Louis, so it's probably a little different. But, like, I was rooting for Kurt Warner, not necessarily the Cardinals. I like Larry Fitzgerald a lot, too.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the Chiefs took the Blues under their wing too.
Right. That's not telegraphing it at all.
I didn't root for the Arizona Cardinals before, right after they moved, but criminy, it's been darn near 40 years now.
Well, we're going on how many years here? How many?
7.
How many going to be
It's only
butthurt for
been
this
seven.
one?
7.
Yeah,
Well, they were
die
out of
off
here
in
for
time.
13 years. The last 5 years, they were
That's when I was the
here
biggest
in
fan.
spirit,
That
but
was the
like
tough part.
they were in
Still-
LA in their mind.
Still being a Rams fan when they're in LA is the same as John Goodman, who was previously mentioned in the last segment, in Big Lebowski. You're still taking care of your ex-wife's dog, and you're still kind of a little cuck. That's where I stand on it. If you don't like it, you don't have to.
Anyone who roots for the Rams in St. Louis is a cuckold?
Is John Goodman in Big Lebowski. That's my comparison.
I don't root for any team, but I like watching the Rams. I love watching Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald. They're good players, so I watch them because they're fun to watch.
But you wouldn't qualify yourself as a Rams fan.
No, I wasn't a Rams fan when the Rams were here.
Why not?
They suck.
Why not?
I have no rooting interest in it. I don't care.
In the St.
Are you
Louis
a
team?
fan
St.
of
Louis
any
NFL
sports team?
Not anymore. When I was younger, I rooted for the Cardinals.
How about
Now
when the Rams were so good? You were not a fan of them then?
Yeah, I liked watching them win, but if they don't win the Super Bowl, I'm not going to lose a night of sleep over it.
Well, not many people did, but they were still Rams fans.
Well, I wasn't a fan. I'm a fan of football. It's fun to watch.
I slept really good.
Like
when
Rob
the
Lowe.
Cardinals lost in
In the
wild
NFL
card
hat.
games. Sleep
It's
like a
where
baby.
NFL.
Yeah. No matter how bad my team lost the night before, I still fall right to
I'm
sleep.
past that. I'll watch a Super Bowl loss. Like, all
A
right,
tough
that's
Mizzou
bad.
basketball loss can really mess with me.
Oh,
Illinois
come on.
loss can kind of mess with me
Princeton.
too.
Really?
I'm not joking. Yeah, 100%.
You can't sleep well at night because Mizzou lost a basketball game?
Depends on the game.
When Illinois
Well,
had to-
after Norfolk State, no, I did not sleep well that night.
Really?
What about the Princeton loss?
How'd you do with that?
That was a slow burn, though, because you knew it was over early.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I had the hope. Nothing wrong with a little hope. If the Chiefs were not any good for the last 8 to 10 years, old Rams fans would not be rooting for the Chiefs. That's from the Huntley Hamburglar.
That may be true.
Well, you wouldn't be watching because they wouldn't have Mahomes probably. They
Right,
probably have
that's
some
the-
crap quarterback, and
Yeah.
if a team sucks, obviously they're not fun to watch. They don't have any good players.
Mm-hmm.
But KG brought it up. I love watching Mahomes play football.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
just
you're
happens to
alone,
be in Kansas City. If he was played for Carolina, I'd be watching Carolina football because I love watching him play.
But to me, it's a slap in the face. I've been a fan of the Packers since I'm 2 years old. I think it's a slap in the face to like actual fans to hear people say they're Chiefs fans when they know nothing of the history. They just know Mahomes can throw a sidearm pass to Travis Kelce, and that's what they know. That to me is that's not a fan. You're not a fan. I know you want to act like you are and
Well, what
fake
are you
it till
then?
you make it.
What are you? If you go to the
You're just
game
a
and buy a
person
ticket
there.
and cheer?
You're not a fan. You're not a fan of that
Well,
team.
not
You may
everyone's
be a
an
fan
expert
of. You may be a
fan.
fan of football, but you're not a fan of that team. To me, it's an absolute slap in the face.
There's nothing wrong with somebody adopting a team because your team lost. You got nobody to root for. You want to find a team to root for. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs and root for them. I'm going to be a fan of the Chiefs because we don't have a football team.
Yeah, but
There's
it's
nothing wrong with
fake.
that.
Again,
we
it's
won't
like
have a
being a
team
fake
here
fan.
in our life. Certainly in my lifetime, we'll never have a
Not
team
mine
here again.
either,
Probably
for sure.
yours either.
No.
So if you like the NFL and you want to have a vested interest on a Sunday, who cares if you adopt another team?
I gave up on the NFL, and I'm a Packers fan. But once the Rams left, that precedent was set that basically owner can hold their teams hostage and hold entire cities hostage.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what Buffalo's doing. They're making Buffalo pay like a huge, ridiculous amount of public tax money so that billionaire owner can become billionaires 10 times over again.
Right.
And if they don't get that, then you just talk to Roger Goodell, find me a city.
Mm-hmm.
Find me a city with people that will have tax money ready for me, and that's where we'll go. That to me, that's why I thought the NFL died once the Rams left, because now they are holding entire cities hostage, and it's embarrassing.
I think Bidwell's not Bidwell. Kroenke's a little different. I mean, St. Louis is willing to build a stadium. He just wanted to leave.
Yeah, I
he
agree.
spent his own money to build a
Right,
stadium
that's the
out of
reason
LA.
it was that is a big element of it, and the loophole or the clause in the Dome's lease was a huge part of
it was
it.
a sweetheart deal that the Rams got when
you
they
build
signed that lease.
when you build a stadium before you have a team, you're kind of leveraged on the lease.
But
clause.
he didn't hold a city hostage. He didn't say build me a stadium or leaving. We'll build your stadium now.
I don't get
We're
why
leaving.
public money has to even come into play for privatized stadiums.
That's
and I
a
know I
big
realize
debate.
there's
It's a big
1,000
debate.
articles and people have talked about this till they're out of breath. I just never understood why you had to pay taxes so someone else can build a stadium and get mega rich, and you have no financial gain realistically.
Well,
you
that's
can
just
look
it.
at the trickle-down
Tourism,
effects of
yeah.
what the city, and
Yeah.
you can look at that, but
That's what the
not,
counter-argument would be. I don't
That's
say I
not
agree with
in-pocket
it, but-
cash.
You pay taxes, you have no clue where it goes.
Yeah, and this is another example of just, here, another 2 or 3% raise in tax and getting a beautiful stadium. You also have to pay $100 to park, $80 to get in the door, and $20 for a hot dog. But I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. I don't know how people get swindled like that.
Well, I agree that I can't stand the people that run the NFL. The problem is the product is so darn entertaining.
They've done a really
that you
good job
can't,
of
You
that.
can't help but watch.
They're too big to
100%.
fail.
What else are you going to watch on a Sunday afternoon?
They've
or a
completely
Monday night?
dominated it.
I don't watch-
No one else does anything on Sunday because of it.
I don't watch games too much. If Packers are typically on Fox, so I will watch that, but I can't watch a random NFL game. I guess that's maybe why you have to be a fan
Many of
of
the-
one team or another, because it's hard to get into outside of fantasy if you're just watching, a 49ers Seahawks game and you have no rooting interest. It's hard for me to stay
Why you
involved.
gamble.
It
Yeah,
depends. It depends who's playing. I mean, if like the Bengals are playing, I'll watch. I love Joe Burrow.
Oh, Bengals Bill
If the Chiefs,
rivalry,
if
I'll
it's,
watch that all day.
if somebody has a great quarterback or some great offensive weapons, then I'll watch because I love watching high-scoring football games.
But are you going to watch a Falcons-Jaguars game?
No, probably not.
Shout out Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Now I will. I did.
Yeah, man, he died. I like Sean Conn,
Many of the
too.
people who run Hollywood are every bit the sleaze bags of the people that run
100%.
the Harvey
more so.
Weinstein
More so, yeah.
story broke loose.
But you'll
what really
still
happens in
see-
Hollywood? You still watch TV and you watch movies.
I can't get enough of movies. That's my
Right.
problem. It's like I I love movies.
You getting ready for Barbie and Oppenheimer next week?
I am seeing Oppenheimer at the Alamo Theater. I've had the gift card forever since Christmas, waiting to use it. It's a perfect theater movie. Excited to get a big boy steak with
How
it.
about this movie everyone's going to, the Freedom, something about the kids that are being
trafficking?
exploited? Yeah. That's the one that's blowing up. You can't hardly get a ticket to it.
Where is it in local?
It's everywhere, yeah.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
I've seen clips on Twitter, but I wasn't for sure if it was an actual.
It's about the human
movie.
trafficking of children. And
Yeah.
Is that
sex
Jim
slaves.
Caviezel?
Yes.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that's really blowing up.
Sounds like a fun watch.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a
Uplifting.
fun watch, but neither are some of the documentaries and serial killer movies.
I watched the McGregor documentary yesterday. I thought it'd be good. It's basically just about his last 3 fights. No, it's entertaining.
Sounds of Freedom, I think.
You know, it's entertaining if you're a Conor McGregor fan. But the weirdest thing was, after a loss, I think maybe the second loss, or the first loss to Cowboy, whatever his name is.
Cerrone. Yeah.
He's sitting in his locker, and his family's there, and his trainer's there, and they just show Kevin Spacey sitting in a seat with his head down. What the hell is Kevin Spacey doing back there?
Well, he's not acting anymore because he's a pedophile.
Yeah, I think he's in another country.
He's got plenty of time.
But it just didn't make any sense. And then when he got out of the surgery that he got, I guess, in 2021 after a second fight with Cowboy,
He broke his leg, snapped his
Yeah,
leg. That's when he
snapped
said,
his
"Your
leg."
wife's in me DMs, baby."
No.
and he gets out of the hospital and he's
Been there.
wheeling himself down the corridor, and here comes Arnold Schwarzenegger to hold the door for him. Like, where are these people coming from?
Maybe they just wanted to be in the documentary.
Kevin Spacey just sitting there all by himself.
I
and then
will
there's-
say, man, the UFC, the ringside when they show the celebrities,
Dude.
there's huge. UFC is blowing up.
But this is in the hospital.
Major ways.
He's getting out of the hospital.
Kevin
Arnold-
Spacey was in the hospital.
No, Arnold
at the time?
Schwarzenegger's holding the door open for him.
It's weird.
Now, I think he's fighting again. I think.
Yeah, against Michael Chandler, University of Missouri graduate.
UFC fighters are all about calling out this child trafficking. Have you seen a lot of the guys that win their fights?
No.
Will get on the
Israel
mic.
Adesanya did that
Yeah,
big
there's
time.
a couple of them outside of him that are calling out Hollywood, and dude, it's pretty cool to kind of see people speaking out about it. Now, if you end up dead in the next 48 hours after that, that can be, that's up to your risk,
It is 9:49. It's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Jack and Jill went up the hill so I could stick my finger in Doug Vaughn's butt. It's from
Okay.
Suspended Stan.
Suspended Stan, you didn't get enough
Got a
before.
theme.
You'll get more now. You just got yourself suspended. I'm sorry the email was read at all. The last 2 days, your suspensions have been troubled. Last time you were suspended
18
a period
days.
of 18 days. What is 18 times 3, please? 18 times
54.
3. 54 days time you've been suspended. No, won't feel very good for you or your family.
What good does that do? Because what good is it going to do? Because he'll text in tomorrow.
Nah, it'll curtail it.
No,
It'll
yeah,
curtail
he's
it.
out now.
Do we know who brought this in? By
Almost
the way?
2 months time.
Our salesman Dylan brought that for you.
Oh, thank you, Dylan.
You bet. I'm speaking on his behalf. Team Vaughn, 100%. The pot smoker is way off. Lifelong fan can't change teams, blah, blah, blah. For Doug spoke wisdom. It's just like a divorce. It's called trading up, and I highly recommend it. My ex-wife is unattractive, but Doug Vaughn rattles my sexual cage.
Oh,
a team and a woman.
Bad
Those are
little email.
different.
Who was
Those are
it?
hard to-
That was my ex-wife is unattractive, but
Oh.
Doug Vaughn rattles my sexual cage.
my ex-wife is unattractive, but Doug Vaughn rattles my sexual cage.
Yeah.
He's new.
And
By the way, Dennis Charles Upholstery called me a bully because I called somebody a dick.
Why do you worry about that?
I've had it funny.
And Young, I now have the vision of dumpling drunk Ken passed out, face down, in his half-eaten bowl of chicken nuggets and dough. It'll keep me cool this summer. Thanks. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin, a.k.a. ASMR Chris, and her partner, ASMR partner Quentin. We have a boat, bitches. Now where's the kids' menu?
Oh, Brian Henshin.
And Young, hey Doug, watch this. Ken's a little teapot, short and tanned.
Oh.
Here is a Hedo story. There goes Tim's clout. When you shift the focus, hear him shout. How dare you? Look at me, Tim. Hey, Tim, look at me, Tim. Tim, my friends have a boat. How about you just go down there, knock on their door, and ask for a quick sale? See, I can provide for you. Please love me. What's that? That's weird to do considering they're complete strangers. Well, that's never stopped me before. Plus, they're easy to get to know, so you'll be fast friends. That last part is an actual quote. Its glamour only exceeded by him replying Hedo when our beloved version asked when did
when dudes started shaving their shrubs.
Ugh.
Thanks and stay tuned. That's from number one Asian intern Brian Henshin.
darned.
Congrats on a successful butt surgery, Scott Stout.
Oh, what?
Here.
Brian Henshin, .2, with a nice little email.
Cute little story from my trip to the dentist yesterday. You know that thing where the dental hygienist is a little bit bigger and they press their oversized bosom against your shoulder and chin area?
Oh.
It's hard to tell if they're being sexual or not, but the third time their erect nipple rubs against your cheek, you gotta assume that a message is being sent. Well, the exact same thing happened to me yesterday when my dental hygienist 36 double Ds were essentially grazing my arm over and over again. The dentist office isn't already an erotic place, but then you start hearing phrases like gargle, rinse, spit, oops, let me wipe that off your chin. Needless to say, I started to get aroused and I was struggling to hide my erection. Then they give you that disappointed look because they can't tell you haven't been flossing.
No.
You know, that little half frown, half scowl that says, if this wasn't an open-air dentist office, I'd be punishing your little tushy right now, mister. You lie and say you've been flossing every night, but they know they know the truth. Somehow they always know. Anyway, the fourth time the dental assistant's plump bosom caressed my arm, I just had to take action. I ripped off my little cloth bib and asked him if he would like to use that suction hose in my back door hole.
Yeah.
Yes, my dental hygienist is a man, and yes, he has large boobs. Has this ever happened to you? It's from the JV golf coach.
Oh.
That comes, P.S. I'm playing golf someplace special tomorrow. Will someone reach out to Tiger Woods and have him come say hello to me? Thanks, JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
And finally, it was really a banner moment for the greater Peoria education system yesterday when Plowsy revealed that he was only recently they learned the courtesy of HBO that John Adams and John Quincy Adams were in fact father and son. Fun fact, the John Adams miniseries won 8 Emmys, but realized they have entire different sets of acting nominees for drama and miniseries. So in 2008, Paul Giamatti and Bryan Cranston each won Best Actor Emmys in different categories, despite both having shows with the same number of episodes. Remember, season 1 of Breaking Bad only had 7 episodes due to the writer's strikes. It's Mount Rushmore season, so here's Mount Rushmore of topics covered in the 7 o'clock hour. There was sand on the pitch at last night's dog games. We're holding middle-aged women who go to Destin accountable. KG in O-Town offering to let Doug borrow his nipple clamps and used TikTok dancing videos at Busch Stadium. Iggy suggesting Tim and Anna Marie shoot over to an adults-only restaurant to meet up with Iggy's Hito friend Quentin and Chris, presumably to talk about the evolution of pubic hair, and caller Buzz refusing to pay 3 figures for non-all-inclusive seats to see a pair of last-place baseball teams play on a Sunday afternoon in 92-degree heat, but still offering his slightly used boy hole to the kinky doctor with an appetite for alcoholic breast milk. That's from Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope. Nice little email.
And that's going to do it for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Doug, what you got?
Okay. Well, he was taking a shot at Iggy, which I don't like, but I did think Brian Henshin number 2 was probably the best email that we received.
Brian Henshin number 2 gets a vote. Iggy, your vote.
I'm not enamored with a male with 38 double D boobs. Although if I have my boobs that big, I never leave the house.
Why?
I'm going to go with JV golf coach.
Why would you never leave the house?
I just play with my boobs all day.
You don't really leave the house now.
That's a good point.
Brian Henshin gets the W.
All right. Hey,
Brian
how about
Henshin.
that?
Brian Henshin is now evened up the month of July, 2-2. Buck Swope has 2. Brian Henshin has 2. Tiger Terry and Kevin Miller each with a win apiece. That's going to do it for us today,
Can I
boys.
salute Jay Jr. here for just a
Please,
second?
please.
Because I see it just came across my feed. Carmen Electra has started an OnlyFans page, and she says the number 1 request she gets is for feet.
I saw that, yeah.
For feet.
Absolutely, yeah. That's probably the number 1 fetish.
You think Jay Jr. has started this, or he just opened our eyes to this?
Championed it.
He championed it for sure.
Yeah, coined it. Would you agree with that, KG, that probably the foot is the most popular fetish?
Sure, absolutely.
Iggs?
That is so
You've been
bizarre.
to the AVNs. I feel like that's kind of your bailiwick.
I can't go by the AVNs, but I can go by OnlyFans and searches on Pornhub that they come out with every year, and I think feet is right up on top every year.
Yeah.
Really, that seems so
That
odd
and
to me.
stepmom.
Yeah, I don't know. Would that be a fetish or
That's
like
even
like
stranger.
Yeah, it's gotta
like
be
a
it's gotta
kink.
be a fetish if you.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on spitting.
Yeah, yeah, that's your thing, right? You like getting your mouth spit into?
Well, the thing is, either in like you said, a sexual context, or what I really want is to take a dry scoop of pre-workout and have them spit the water into my mouth.
I don't even know you anymore.
It's so hot. It's Mount Rushmore season, so we'll do Mount Rushmore of kinks and fetishes tomorrow.
Yes.
For the Friday edition of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Tim will be back on at some point tomorrow, and then he'll be back in studio on Monday. Chris Kerber, again, handles the balloon party duties from 10 to 11 on 101 ESPN and youtube.com/101 ESPN. That's going to shut it down for us today. For Doug Vaughn, for Darren the Plowhawk Atkins, for Ken Iggy Strode, for KG in O-Town in the Horde Walking Studio, for Tim on vacation, I'm Action Jackson. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with a great sponsor.